Okay, go ahead.
Are we ready for the recap?
Yep.
All right. So, it's been a few days and nights since the raid on the Half Moon's apartment. Our coterie was going about their business as usual when an explosion rocked Bourbon Street. The Nine Lives wine bar, the front for the Elysium and Camarilla, was destroyed, and their friend and coterie member, Victoria Livingston, met final death. The group quickly deduced that the attack was due to the Half Moons, and salvaging what information they could, they start to form a war party. And in the process, they meet a new member who's fresh to the scene, Sylvia Fane, another Malkavian that Casimir has put on the case. The coterie has decided to confront the Thin Bloods once and for all. Now our kindred are at the site of the burned down wine bar. I will allow you all this moment to discuss among yourselves now in character to perhaps form a plan. This will take this this sort of preparation and discussion will take in game the course of 1 hour. So in game they have an hour to prepare, form a plan, and get to the warehouse that is in Algiers Point. That is a bit of information I need to retcon. It is not in the Riverside District. It is in Algiers Point. I give you this time now to discuss amongst yourselves in character.
All right. So, we're doing this.
We were going to do this regardless.
I mean, yeah, but this is really my first time ever actually doing anything like this.
Are you armed?
I mean, I got my sword,
Mm.
and I plan on borrowing a gun, but
We'll get you something bit more suited for the situation. But
yeah, I don't think bringing a sword to a gunfight's a good idea.
Ophelia holds up like her brass knuckles and is like, "Don't sell yourself short," and puts them away. I need to acquire a couple items first.
Sal, I will say that Sugar has appeared on the scene from his travels last night. If you want to join the discussion.
I was muted. Sugar is just... Sugar shows up, and is just sort of sitting there, and he's like, I brought a rolling pin.
Do you not have anything sharper?
Well, I mean, I'm used to a rolling pin. I don't work with the knives. That's Pepper's thing.
Not even like a bench knife?
I mean, like, I know how to use knives, but I'm better with, I do the baking.
Ophelia like rubs the sides of her head and just mumbles something to herself in Italian.
I mean, to each their own. Like I said, all I have is a sword.
Sword?
I suppose we should ask.
Yeah.
What can everybody bring to this conflict?
Sylvia, you are also part of this conversation. Marcus is sort of going over his inventory. He has sort of a waist holster with 2 pistols. He shows them off. I'm already prepared.
As to be expected, Ophelia, opens up her, jacket and just pulls out a decently sized sawed-off shotgun. And
Jesus Christ.
on her belt, she's wearing, a bandolier of, shotgun shells.
Lena, if you're speaking, you're muted.
Lena, we want to hear your beautiful voice.
Oh shit. I was gonna say earlier, I was like, have any of you guys done this before?
Several times, in fact, in my previous line of work.
Which
This is-
was.
Ophelia kind of looks and is like, "Are you armed?"
I pull out my taser.
Marcus, do you have anything more lethal they can borrow?
I only have my pistols.
I suppose I'll have to make a stop then. Alright, I need to acquire some items. If we want to, we can meet at Broker Broken. It's the bar that I work at. The things I need to grab are there.
All right. I think Ophelia and I should take the front lines and have 2 or more people sneak in the back and try and get the ghoul out of the building.
Agreed.
I don't want to have to kill anybody unless I absolutely have to. I'll leave that part to you guys.
Gladly.
I mean, Casimir said bring them in, alive or dead.
He said bring one. I promised him 1. He will get 1.
How are we all gonna get there?
And she's gonna Ophelia's going to go back to the door and give it like a quick rap.
Which door?
The door that leads to down of Elysium, the burnt down, like this kind of singed door.
It does not open.
No,
it does not open.
No, she just is knocking, like making it clear that.
Yeah.
Just
Let me see. There's no answer. It seems everyone who had been down below has evacuated.
and she's like, I do know someone, and she's gonna pull out her phone, dial the number, and she's gonna, Max,
Howdy.
we need your assistance for something if you're free.
Yeah. Yeah, I just had to drop off Anatole at the airport. What's going on? I heard there was something that was
We'll
going on in town.
We'll explain later. Quick question. What is your... Do you have... Just as a general thought, do you have any vehicles that are possibly bulletproof?
Bulletproof? The hell you need a bulletproof vehicle
Max.
for?
Focus. Do you...
No, I don't.
Do you have... Then we need... Do you have some form of SUV? Something big, tough?
I mean...
Simply
I
put...
might have something, but I mean, if one of y'all are comfortable with riding in the trunk.
Ophelia looks back at at Lena and Jade, and it's like, we
At
should be
Sylvia
fine.
and Jade.
At Sylvia and Jade. It doesn't say anything and then get back on the phone like, that should be fine.
All right. Where do you want me to meet up? Like when?
Meet us at Broker Broken in an hour.
All right. He hangs up.
Ophelia puts her phone back and she's like, I would suggest grabbing what you would need to be properly equipped. Hopefully, I can procure you some. If I can't procure you some firearms, I can at least procure you some more suitable weapons for those of you who don't have it. And she writes down the location of the bar and gives it to the people who don't know. I think Sylvia's the only one who doesn't know the address, so she just gives it to Sylvia. Meet us there in an hour, or you're free to join me since you don't appear to have anywhere to go at the moment.
All right. So, do you split up?
Ophelia is going to Broker Broken. Well, actually, she's making a stop right before Broker Broken.
I think Jade is gonna, like, quickly hop back to her apartment, change into, more appropriate clothes, probably. Something not as bright, something not as easily stained by
Blood.
blood. So it's probably something just like black, comfy, something
Sleek.
you
Mhm.
can move quickly in.
Skin tight.
Sylvia
So-
only owns
Sylvia,
monochrome
what do you do?
clothing. Sylvia
So-
only owns. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
She only owns monochrome clothing. So
Mm-hmm.
she's ready.
Good.
All right. So you want to follow Ophelia to Broken.
Yes.
Yep, she's
Sal, what does Sugar do? Still muted, buddy.
Sal.
Yeah, tell me about it. So I feel like in order to get ready, if anybody needs him to do anything, he'll just do it. Other than that, he's probably just gonna like put on his normal clothing, but like a beanie.
All right.
He'll wear like all black and a beanie.
Nice. Very nice.
Ophelia, like I said, is making a quick pit stop before Broken.
All right. Ophelia, what's the pit stop?
So as she's walking, she says, "One moment, I need to make a stop," and she's going to go to a little tattoo parlor.
I see. So you want to talk to Xavier.
Reluctantly, but yes.
The bell dings to the dragon's den, and you see him stand up from the back and smile widely at you. It seems he has a few more fangs, and his cheekbones are slightly different, but he still looks relatively the same, and he says, Misha, what a surprise how you finally decided to take me up on that offer.
No, but I'm here to offer you a different offer.
Oh, I'm listening.
I'm assuming you've heard of the incident and the explosion that happened with the half moons.
Yes. Yes, those hooligans.
We are about to go deal with them. I have to bring one back alive for Casimir. Would you possibly be interested in a canvas?
You see his eyes glitter, but he sort of restrains himself. I would appreciate it, but what do you want in return?
Simple. I want to know. I want you to promise me that the entire time that he is with you, that he suffers he or she suffers greatly.
You see his smile widen, almost inhumanly wide. This fangs beyond his incisors almost look like shark's teeth. His eyes glimmer with a hunger, and his hands sort of twitch eagerly. You have yourself a deal, sister.
Then I shall bring you a canvas. Be ready.
Oh,
I'll be bringing them tonight. Also, they might be unconscious.
I will await you then.
And Ophelia's going to turn around, look at Sylvia, and do like a sort of like that kind of like head jerk motion where it's like, come.
Sylvia, what is your reaction to seeing this? You just see sort of a very tall, very pretty looking man who has very inhuman characteristics talking with Ophelia.
I shiver, I shudder, I'm glaring, but I can't look away. I'm speechless.
He immediately locks eyes with you, and that grin is suddenly focused on you. Now, who is this? And he strolls up to you casually. His features are soft and inviting, save for that big Cheshire dagger-like smile, and he sort of like gently like lifts your chin, examines your features. Good structure on this one, but I sense he sort of like inhales deeply. Ah, I see. I see. Let me guess. Malkavian.
What was your first clue?
You have that same look of madness in your eyes, but it is more muted. I take it that you are a bit different from your brothers and sister, Kindred. Not like Casimir, who was wound tightly like a spring. You are like the rock at the bottom of a river.
Take that as a compliment.
He smiles, and he sort of backs away and says, well, my home is open to you whenever you should wish. As you can see, I have many different clients. And he sort of gestures to the art on the walls, pictures of people with tattoos, all hand drawn. Roll me a quick wits and awareness check, Sylvia.
Oh shit, I don't have my thing open. Can you do it for me?
Panic.
Yes, I
Immediately
can do it
panic.
for you.
Immediately panic.
Thanks.
I got it for you.
I'll pull that up after this.
After this
All right.
donut. Home.
Let me just scroll back down to the bottom here. You catch a glimpse. That's only one success. So you catch a glimpse of some white shape that moves behind a velvet curtain. You almost thought you saw someone looking at you, but it's gone before you can get a better look.
Looking at me from where?
From the back of the shop.
Oh Jesus Christ! Okay.
Sort of like
I feel like I'm
there's
seeing
the
things. I take it as a sign of my madness.
okay. Do you start to panic?
A little.
Let's do resolve and composure then.
Okay.
So you see that little flit out of the corner of your eye, and unfortunately, that wave just sort of crashes over you. You know it. It's as cold as the sea, and your already sullen face sinks further as your eyes become more dead. That crushing depression. You thought you had managed it, but apparently you haven't been keeping it in check as good as you had wished.
Story of my life.
Or unlife.
Yeah, story of my unlife. Speaking as Sylvia.
So, unfortunately, well, I won't give you a dice penalty. For this scene because it'll be. I won't give you a dice penalty. But as you leave this interaction, Ophelia, you notice that Sylvia is markedly more depressed.
As they walk, Ophelia is like, care to speak your mind of your thoughts?
Never.
Fair enough. And she just doesn't ask questions, just keeps walking. Ophelia is a simple person. She's not gonna ask questions. She doesn't care. Just assisting. When they finally get to Broken, she takes them through the back door up to her apartment.
All right. We move over to Jade and Marcus's apartment where they are preparing for the night, suiting up as it were. Jade, you grab the ornate-looking cane from the umbrella stand near the door, and as you sort of unscrew the handle and check it, the blade is still in mint condition. You put that back.
Yep. Just
Marcus comes up to you and sort of hugs you from behind and nuzzles your neck.
she takes her hand lightly, plays with his hair as she sits.
He sort of sighs.
What's wrong?
Carita, are you sure you want to come along? You're still mortal.
Indeed, but this feels like something I have to do. I knew her, and you guys certainly do need the help, so...
He sighs. I understand. Carita, please, just be careful. If you do decide to sneak in, call for me, and I will come. If you fight in the front lines with me, stay close to me. Just be safe, mi amor.
I will always be safe when you are here next to me.
He smiles, and he kisses you.
She kisses him back.
Do you do anything else before you head back out to Broken?
I think just to make sure she doesn't fuck up her hands, she quickly grabs some medical tape and wraps her hands.
Nice. All right, so I'm assuming Sugar went back to the bakery, or he went back to he went back to the location, the broken. He went directly there.
I feel like he might have just gone straight there, maybe a little on the outskirts, just to wait for everybody, so he's not alone.
All right. Preparations finished. You all reconvene at Broken.
What is Broken?
It's a nice little dive bar, sort of in the heart of Bourbon Street. Part of the nightlife. It's where Ophelia works.
Ophelia probably bumps into Tony, and she and she goes to stand next to him and pulls out a cigarette, puts it in her mouth, and offers him one.
He takes it. He was at the end of his other one anyway. Hey, Ophelia. You doing all right? I did what you said. People are kind of dispersing now, trying to get home before all the roads shut down.
She closes the pack up and lights it, and then lights his. And then she's like, I still have a bit more to do.
Yeah?
And she takes a deep inhale of her cigarette and looks at Tony and kind of taps the ashes off. And is like, I don't think I've ever told you how much of a friend I consider you to be, have I?
Nah, but I always just kind of assumed that's what we were, buddies, partners.
Damn right.
You've had my back, I've had yours.
Damn right. Your kid's growing up to be...
Nothing like a night like this to remind you of your mortality, right?
She, doesn't respond right away after that, but then eventually just... yeah.
Well, you take care. I'm gonna help everyone, closing up.
Yeah. Stay safe.
You want anything? I can see if Davy is gonna keep the grills running for you.
Nah, not tonight. I don't have much of an appetite. Actually, though.
All right.
Could you get me a bottle of our cheap house whiskey?
Oh, absolutely. I'll just grab some of the rail stuff.
Thanks. She already has like 2 big burlap sacks and some chains with her.
Can
Yeah.
vampires get drunk?
If they drink a significant amount of human blood that has been intoxicated, yes.
But not
Well,
alcohol.
but not alcohol.
Gotcha.
If they tried to just drink straight alcohol, they would immediately throw it up unless they had Blush of Life active.
So what's Ophelia doing right now?
Ophelia is smoking next to her business partner.
I thought she just
But, like-
ordered a drink.
No, she ordered a bottle. She ordered a bottle of whiskey.
Ah.
Yeah. So Tony
Feed
comes
to your
back out.
victim.
Tony comes back out with a bottle of just generic whiskey, not a particularly high proof, but it's still whiskey.
She looks at it and she says, "Thanks. I'll be
Yeah,
meeting some friends out here up front. You head inside and I'll take care of anything out here and before I head off."
All right. Stay safe. And he goes back inside to sort of help clean up the rest of the bar. It's at this point that Jade, Marcus, and Sugar now arrive as Sylvia stayed with Ophelia.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you. Nice place you got here.
I call it home. Now, are we ready to do this?
I mean, ready as I'll ever be.
Alrighty then.
Shall, you're still muted.
I hate my life. Sugar's like, yeah, I guess ready as I'll be.
Marcus says, I have been more than ready.
Ophelia, hands, who was the one that only had the taser? Was that Sylvia?
That was Sylvia.
Alright, Ophelia hands, Sylvia a bat, like a wooden baseball bat.
Lena, Sylvia has just been handed a bat by Ophelia.
I don't reach for it. I just kind of stare at it and I look at it and I say, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
Hit someone.
If I must.
Your taser's not. Your taser will work, but better safe than sorry.
I take the bat.
And Ophelia's going to finish her cigarette, kind of toss the butt, and then let's go and start walking.
Are you walking to Algiers Point or are you calling Max?
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot we called Max and told him to meet us here.
She starts walking.
Oh,
she immediately stops and turns around.
Yeah, just.
Oh.
I had a moment. I apologize.
Marcus sort of steps up to Sylvia and says, you know, when you hit him, swing for the fences.
Okay, I'm laughing. Sylvia's not, but I'm. God, you're such a good actor. I'm sorry. I just have to say that right now.
I'm doing my best as Jordan is currently at work, so I am speaking Marcus's words for him.
You're doing an amazing job.
You're doing great, bun.
I'm just saying. I'll say, duly noted.
All right. A silver car pulls up. It's not exactly an SUV, but it's definitely larger than a sedan and should have a decent amount of room to fit you all. Max sort of rolls down the window and says, howdy. Got your ride.
Thank you very much, Max. I only want you to drive. And she's like, she looks at everyone and is like, pile in, and she gets into like the passenger and she gives Max the address and she's like, I want you to stop a few blocks away. You're still someone that I kind of appreciate. So I'd prefer if you didn't get caught up in any bit of a crossfire.
Yeah, I'm guessing something's about to go down. Do you guys need anything? I mean, I do have a pistol. And now don't freak out, but it's Casimir's insistence, and he sort of like pulls back his jacket to reveal a wooden stake.
And Ophelia, for the first time that anyone's ever seen, looks impressed.
He always insisted, superstitious type. I know it does something to you, if legends are to be believed, but I mean, I can lend it to you. I can
No,
lend you my pistol.
just the pistol. Give it to Jade.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty simple to use. Just don't forget the safety. Don't point it at anyone you don't want shot.
Jade, I want you to use that as a last resort. And if you are going to use it, as much as I hate to say it, try to be as point blank as you can. Last thing I need is for you to get shot, or worse, for me to get shot while I'm in the throes of anger.
Meanwhile, Marcus has sort of like gone to the driver's side and sort of, dapped up Max, just sort of saying hello, and says, well, stake to the heart could kill anyone, really. Put it in the right spot.
Yeah. We'd best get going. And we'd best get going. Ophelia is beginning to steam at this point.
Yes. So
Showing
your blood is boiling.
it's like
little
starting to.
Wafts of steam start to sort of lift off from her skin, which is very unusual for a kindred, but it isn't hot steam. It's more like liquid nitrogen as it rolls off.
Dry ice.
Yes. And liquid nitrogen.
Yes, sorry, I don't know why I shouted that like we were trying to think of something. I'm sorry.
Yes. So, where's everyone sitting in the car?
Ophelia got shotgun, so.
Okay, Ophelia has shotgun.
And she has a shotgun, so I dare anybody to tell her not no.
I guess Jade will sit anywhere.
All right.
Yeah, sure, don't sit anywhere where there's just a seat open.
Didn't one
All
person
right.
need to be in the trunk?
Oh shit, yeah.
Who wants the trunk?
Screw it. Jade will take the trunk.
I think Marcus pulls you away and says, a crown jewel doesn't need to sit where luggage sits.
Maybe Sylvania or Sugar? Ophelia wouldn't
Sylvia.
fit in the trunk. Sylvia.
If Sylvia goes in the trunk, she will freak out and we'll have to make a roll. But she will go. I mean,
No,
she'll go.
let's send Sugar. Sugar. You're Sal, you're muted. Sugar, you want to sit in the trunk just for until we get there?
So you're still muted.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me, so I can sit back there.
All right.
All right.
If
Sugar, you hop in the trunk. Sylvia, Marcus, and Jade, you all sit in the back seat. Ophelia is shotgun. So you all drive to Algiers Point. At this point, a cold, sort of misty rain starts to fall. One of those rains that's not quite cold enough for it to be snow yet, but it still makes everything sort of cold and wet and miserable. You drive through the city streets to Algiers Point. The warehouse is right on the riverbank, like what Sean had said. It's large. It could have been used to store boats, perhaps. But it's not as well kept as some of the other buildings.
Ophelia, as they're like pulling up, once they get like maybe like 3 or 4 blocks away, she's gonna kind of tap Max and be like, "Pull over here."
Okay. He pulls over and he hands the He hands the gun back to Jade.
Ophelia like hops out, and then and she's gonna, as everyone like gets out, she's gonna go over to Max and like she's gonna look him like dead in the eyes.
He is very startled and sort of just like stares up at you.
She's going to reach into her like jacket, and she's gonna say, "Hold out your hand."
Can I ask why?
Hold out your hand.
Okay. He reluctantly holds out his hand.
She her hand is like face down, but she's clearly holding something, and she kind of places it in his hand and like holds his hand while she looks him in the eye. If you do not hear from me within an hour, do not come. Tell Casimir. Have him send the hounds. Am I understood? You are to not investigate.
Noted. Noted. Yeah, I'll make sure.
And she, as she lets his hand go, it's a large wad, like a large folded wad of money.
His eyes sort of bug out for a second, and then he sort of like regains his composure and just sort of like slides it into his pocket. Waits for everyone to get out, makes sure Sugar wasn't rattling around in the trunk.
She got whacked by the tire iron a couple times.
Oh yeah, there is a tire iron in there if anyone wants to pick it up.
Sugar just like put the rolling pin inside of like his backpack, and that's just where he's keeping it.
Nice. Marcus says to Max, stay safe, Lucy. And kind of gives him another handshake before going back to Jade and sort of putting his arm protectively around her and surveying the area. Max sort of nods to you all and drives off. You're at the warehouse of the Half Moons.
Are there any cars there?
Give me a wits awareness check or wits investigation. Anyone can do this role should they wish to.
I'll do wits
Alright.
and I'll do wits and awareness. That's a bit higher. What's the difficulty?
I'll say two. Two.
Okay. Um. Okay, so someone passed, so I won't re-roll it.
Let me see.
So-
Marcus is also rolling.
Digimon.
Sal.
If you guys
Yeah, I
couldn't
just rolled,
tell,
sorry, it took me a second.
if you guys couldn't tell, that sort of stuff is not my forte.
All right.
It's alright.
Sylvia, did you want to make a wits investigation or wits awareness roll?
What am I higher in? Probably investigation, right?
You're higher in insight. Investigation. You're the same in either.
Okay, then uh,
I'll do wits awareness for you.
okay. What's awareness? I'm
I
logging
got it
into
for
it
you.
right now.
All right. Let me see here. All right. Sylvia has 3 successes. Sugar has 2. Marcus only has 1. Jade has 2 successes, and Ophelia has 1. So, Sugar and Jade, you both see a car parked around the corner of the warehouse. You can't make out the make or model, but you definitely recognize it as a car. Sylvia, you can clearly see that the car is the make that was specified in the sort of briefing notes that Casimir had sort of given you. This is definitely the car that took Irene, the ghoul that's missing.
How do I know that?
you were told it's sort of like the make and model.
Oh, so I see it.
You do see it. It's definitely the car that was used.
I say that. I say, this is the car, right? You
oh,
guys?
Ophelia looks over and she sees the car, and she gives like a slight nod, like interesting. And she's gonna turn around to everybody, and be like, "All right, Marcus and I will fight on the front lines, cause a distraction out here. Which one of you, which of you want to try and sneak in, see if you can find the ghoul while we've got them busy?"
I think I'd be of better help sneaking in.
Hmm.
Kind of quick on my feet, you know?
I see.
Sugar, Sylvia?
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Would you rather fight in the front lines, cause a distraction outside, or would you want to sneak in?
I'll sneak.
I'm probably gonna be better at distractions. I'm not
All
really
right.
that good at fighting.
Describe to me what you want your characters to sort of do, and I'll make you roll appropriately for it.
So what am I sneaking into? Is it the car? Is it a building? Is it?
You're sneaking into the warehouse that houses the Spitting Bloods and potentially the missing ghoul, Irene.
Irene. And what is this someone we like?
This is basically the prince's second-hand man's girlfriend, I guess,
Okay.
for lack of a better word. This is
So we're
someone who is
rescuing
important.
Irene.
Ophelia
Yes.
is fighting these guys off of just rage.
Mm-hmm.
The steam is starting to pick up a bit more by this point.
Yes. So, describe to me, do you want to do reconnaissance first? And
I am gonna shine in the sneaking around, sneaking in, reconnaissance area. I'm happy to do that. Just that. Right now.
okay.
I'm really good at that. At least that's how I tried to stack my stats, I guess. I don't know if it's gonna work.
I mean,
All right. Let's see. So, I will need. Firstly, Sylvia, you have a few abilities that could aid you in sneaking, such as
Right.
unseen passage.
Right.
Jade, from you, I would just need a dex and stealth roll.
lovely.
For Sylvia, I just need you to roll a rouse check.
Rouse check. I'm finding it. Let me learn. Where is it?
It's under hunger. It should be above resonance.
Okay. Oh, rouse check. Rouse check.
What is
You
the
feel your beast.
I failed. I'm hungry. Fuck, dude.
You feel your beast sort of rise up in you from its sort of cold, dormant state in the pit of your stomach. It almost whispers to you, "Come on, let's just go eat, and then we can just call off the rest of the night. Nothing else matters. Come on, please."
I shake it off. Or I try to at least.
You shake it off. The beast grumbles, but it backs off. You are in control. And suddenly, it's as if Sylvia disappears. She is completely invisible.
Oh, shit. You could just do that. Alright.
She can still be heard if she speaks, but she can willingly let herself be seen or not let herself be seen. I will require another dex and stealth roll
Okay.
from you, Sylvia, but I will say that you can add 2 to your dice pool.
So
what
I'm
is the
rolling
difficulty for that stealth roll, by the way. For my
Difficulty.
stealth roll, sorry.
Let me
I'm
see.
rolling 2 things. I'm rolling Dex and Stealth.
So click on stealth because it is a
Okay.
break-in. You get +1, and since you
click-
have so click stealth, and then where it says select second attribute,
Oh, Dex.
dexterity for the dice pool or like modified dice pool. I would say add 2 because a specialty for break-ins, and you also have unseen passage active.
So I can submit. Difficulty.
I'm going to say 4.
Okay.
Is that 4 also for me?
Yes.
Alright, cool. Thank you.
Imagine Pass Without a Trace as a perception filter. It blocks people from kind of being able to perceive you. Ugh.
Oh.
You can reroll.
Jade, you are able to re-roll with willpower.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
I hear that pain.
Let's. Alright, so. The difficulties. Oh. Well, it's not great.
Let's see how many.
So
I
3
only-
successes.
That brings it
technically.
up to 3. Let me see. Let me see if anyone notices you.
Please don't. I'm not real. I don't exist. I'm just a figment of your imagination.
That's what I tell everybody I suck blood from. But not
You
speaking in
still
character.
have a higher number of successes than the 2 successes I got.
Woot.
So, Sylvia, you are one with the night. You are
Hell yeah.
silent. You are not even. You move without even a whisper. You glide across the floor, going into the warehouse. Jade, you're following. You think you are following Sylvia, and you trip slightly and make a noise. You see
Fuck.
inside a group of 5. 3 boys, 3 men, 2 women, sort of sitting around like a trash can fire. Or, no, not a trash can fire. They are sitting around sort of like a lamp that one of them has gotten. There are various sort of lights that are hooked up to an old generator. They're sort of sitting around, sort of talking. You see in the corner, it almost looks like there's chemistry equipment. And then in another corner, you see Irene. She looks very, very dazed. She looks very badly beaten. You can see track marks in her arms. You can also see she is bound, but she is almost catatonic, staring straight ahead, mouth hanging open, just sort of unaware of everything. Give me another wits investigation or wits awareness to see if you notice anything else. But these are the things that are immediately known to you.
Okay.
What about me? Am I also rolling?
Yes, you're sort of doing reconnaissance.
Okay.
So click on awareness and then a wits.
So what is our difficulty gonna be?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say 3
3. All right.
because
Any
it's not a very.
modifiers?
No, it's not a very well lit room.
Oh.
Oh.
Jade, be so happy that you don't have to worry about bestial failures.
Jade,
I
you
see
are
everything.
Yes, Jade, you are preoccupied with the group in the center of the room. Sylvia, however, you scan each and every corner of the room and you see another figure. It's sort of smaller and paler, distinctly male, but his head is sort of face down towards the floor. But then you see him sort of seem to wriggle at his bonds a little. He seems a bit more conscious. Like he's starting to wake up from something.
So do I recognize the man?
You do not.
But there's a man who looks to be conscious.
A man who looks to be conscious is tied up, but in a similar state to Irene, perhaps coming off of some kind of sedation.
Hmm.
And why
What
is this
you-
interesting to me? Are we rescuing all these people?
This is just what you see, I think.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is just what you see. It's up to you what you do next. You could go out and report. You could even get a sneak attack in on them.
I don't know why I would attack them. Who would I be attacking? The people holding them captive?
Yes,
And
the ones
Irene
around
captive? Okay.
the ones around sort of like this central area. You can see and hear them sort of laughing. They're clinking mugs of something. Sylvia, you catch a whiff of it. Smells delicious. There's
Mm.
blood in their mugs, but they look human.
Oh, I want that
Yeah.
blood.
You feel your beast sort of grumble a little bit more. You are almost starting to get angry. You watch as they sort of laugh and clink their mugs together. You see one with dark hair, and as he grins, there's a little bit of a silver flash in the lights. Here's to a good heist, boys. I doubt those ivory tower fucks will be on our tail. We blew up their place of operations, so guess there's nobody else to come after us. Nobody could have survived that fire. Not with the stuff that, not with the stuff. Sorry, I'm trying to find the name. Not like the stuff that Otis cooked up.
He's drunk. He's
Excellent
drunk.
work on that Molotov, man. Otis, one of the other men, just sort of chuckles and just says, don't worry about it, Jacob.
Okay, with this information, I am like, this is the information we need. We have to bring this back to Ophelia. So I grab Jade's hand
Oh, shit,
without
sorry.
Jade, it's almost as
appearing
if
to her.
Jade, it's almost as if the air itself grabs your hands,
Oh shit. Hi.
and then all of a sudden, Sylvia is visible to you.
Hey. All right. Yeah. So
Did you
we
hear
heard
that?
that. That's something they should definitely know.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get out.
Sylvia, do you put Unseen Passage back up?
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right. Make another Dex and Stealth with the same parameters as before.
Is there a way to do that quickly? Can I just go back up to... Or do I have to... Okay, never mind.
Uh-oh, we lost somebody.
It's Wolf.
Who'd we lose?
We lost Wolf. Outside, Sugar,
Full size
Ophelia...
modifier 2, difficulty 4.
Yes. Oh, yes. So,
Oh, fuck, yeah.
unfortunately, Sylvia, you are like the night once again. You blend back into the shadows, but Jade, you just can't quite keep up. You stumble a little bit on your way out.
God damn it.
But you're, since it goes to the active kindred or active player, you are not noticed.
Oh,
I
shit.
also got 2 successes. But
Oh, shit.
some seem to get a bit suspicious.
God damn it.
Sugar, Ophelia, and Marcus, you're all sort of standing outside, readying your weapons, sort of waiting on Sylvia and Jade to bring back whatever information they figure out.
Ophelia is taking it has the bottle of whiskey open, and she is she's standing over by the car,
I see.
and she's looking for the gas. She's looking for the gas port.
It's not hard to find.
Yeah. She's just going to hit that, like, kind of knock it open.
Alright, give me a strength plus brawl.
Alrighty. Roll.
Or dexterity.
We'll do strength. What's the difficulty?
Oh, 2.
Easily done.
Oh, yes. You basically just dig your hands into the metal and you rip the gas can, or the gas cap, clean off.
And then
There's a slight crunch of metal beneath your fist.
she boom, opens up the alcohol, puts the nozzle in, lets a little bit of it go in, and then kind of starts making a trail off to the side, walking, pouring the alcohol onto the ground.
So you're trying to sort of form a trail of
whiskey, yes.
alcohol, of whiskey.
And then
Okay.
then once it's like done, she's not gonna toss the bottle because somebody might hear that. She's just gonna set the bottle down and wait.
Sugar, are you doing anything?
I think Sugar's just basically getting ready to do whatever anybody needs him to do.
It's at this point that Jade and Sylvia return, although Sylvia is still invisible at this point.
Hey, we're back. We found out quite a bit of shit.
I heard names in there. Otis and Jacob?
Otis is apparently the one who made the,
Molotov cocktail.
Yep.
Ophelia, Sugar, and Marcus, you would remember that the license registration on the car that you followed to that apartment belonged to a Jacob Laurent.
You hear anybody named Jacob?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Do you remember which one, perhaps, if you saw them?
Did we see anyone that matched Jacob's description?
You did. Jade, you would also remember that from the visit to the palace, the Dragon's Den, he was described as having chrome fangs. And you saw a glint of silver. You distinctly saw this young man. And I'm putting it in NPCs now.
Oh, cool chains.
Oh, I'm gonna feel great killing him.
Kill the E-boy.
Just... Ophelia, Ophelia was there when about the chrome, right?
Yes.
She remembers that, and she's like, All right. He gets to live.
Marcus sort of cocks one of his pistols and says, "Let's make some noise."
Remember, 2 of them get to live. The leader and 1 other. If you aren't going to fight, please stay back. But otherwise, I feel it's time that we do something. And she's going to strike a match and then toss it down onto the alcohol and like walk away.
All right. I would say, let me just.
She's not looking for like, anything super damaging, just mostly just to get their attention.
You. I'll make you a devil's bargain.
Go on.
You can succeed at this. You can directly light the alcohol straight to the gas tank. Perhaps.
Oh, that's what the whiskey was for.
Yes.
Yes.
Perhaps if you stick a bit of a rag in the gas port, but
I will take damage from that.
you may take aggravated damage if you do not dodge successfully, and all of the other kindred will need to do a terror frenzy roll because of the explosion that is about to take place.
Then never mind on that. She'll leave it as an option though, and let's see, is there anything throwable?
Marcus offers up his tie.
Ophelia thinks, but she doesn't want to. I don't want to have to deal with that terror frenzy roll because that's going to be annoying. And so she's like,
You may succeed.
yeah, but then they'll still have to do it even if I succeed. And I don't need them to be frenzied while we're trying to focus.
They wouldn't be frenzied, they would be frightened.
Even worse. Because, no. Is there anything throwable? Like a barrel?
Give me
or
wits
something?
awareness.
I'm gonna spend her willpower.
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, I still failed.
You don't see anything.
Could I potentially help out with this roll?
To assist Ophelia in
Trying to
looking
find
for something throwable?
Yeah.
And
All right.
It's less of the gas that I'm worried about, Jordan. It's the fact that if you guys are frightened, then it means that you'll be vulnerable to attack. And I'm not dealing.
It just means that your beast may become a bit more active.
Yeah, and I don't want to deal with that quite yet. I want to lead into that eventually. If not, if there's nothing to throw, if we don't find anything to throw, then I'll just go the direct route. Exactly.
Do you still sort of take Marcus's tie to use as ignition?
She'll put it in the tank for later.
All right.
And then she'll walk up to the main. Is it like big ol' warehouse doors or like one small door?
I would say that there's a small door and a garage door that opens up to the river.
All right. Well, then she's gonna walk up to the smaller door, and I'm gonna activate prowess.
Okay, that will allow you to
Add add potence rating to unarmed damage into feats of strength.
Okay.
And it requires a rouse check. I passed.
Mm-hmm.
So she, her body is decently steaming by this point. She kind of feels it. It's like, Later. And she is going to walk up and kick the door in.
Strength plus brawl.
Strength brawl, and then I add my potence, so I gotta do all this. Strength brawl, potence, roll. What's the difficulty?
2.
Woo! Got it.
Your foot clears the door off of its hinges. It clatters to the floor. Immediately, all of the thin blood sort of look where it's coming from. Jacob stands up, just sort of glaring. You can see a flicker of fear in their eyes.
Ophelia,
Jacob sort of picks up a spiked baseball bat and sort of stands up and wields it and just says, "Who the fuck are you?"
Ophelia just slowly walks in, like cracking her neck.
You hear you hear the sounds of multiple guns being cocked.
She just looks at them. How many are there?
There's 5 of them.
And she says,
Are these the guys I saw? Just asking.
Yes.
she
Okay.
Yes.
cracks her neck, and she looks at Jacob. And she just, how far away is Jacob?
I would say
Is he within 50 meters?
yes.
Ophelia makes locks eyes with Jacob, and she's going to blink to hit him in the face.
All right. So roll
Moves in a straight line toward a target, covering a distance under 50 meters while still having enough time to perform an action.
all right. I would say make
I need a rouse check. I failed, so she's gotten hungrier from doing
you
that.
feel your beast roar as suddenly like in the blink of an eye you are at Jacob's side. You throw a haymaker. I want you to roll strength plus brawl, and I am going to roll against you to see if he can dodge.
The difficulty, does it matter?
3.
Difficulty of 3. I got a 5. Yes!
Let's see.
And I have lethal body, so...
All right, so it almost looks like he's about to sort of get out of the way of your punch, but you hit him. You smack him square in the face. You glance just off of his... Whoops. Sorry. You glance just off of his cheekbone. You hear the crunch of bone under your fingers, and he screams, "Ow! How fucking dare you!" And he is going to swing at you with the bat that he's holding.
Okay. What do I need to roll for that?
Dex Athletics.
Dex Athletics, alright. Athletics, Dex, difficulty of 3 again?
Yes.
Ooh, not there. Okay. Alrighty. I got a 3.
He just glances you. You feel the nails rip across your shoulder as he swings at you with the bat, but you take 1 point of superficial damage.
And she just looks at him and is just, weapons. Pathetic.
Actually, hold on. You take 3 points of superficial damage.
How much damage did he take from me? Because I add half of my potence rating rounded up to melee damage. So I'd add
what is your potence rating?
3, so I'd add an extra 1 damage to my attacks.
Okay, so he has taken 2 points of superficial. It was not a lethal amount, but he has a huge bruise on his face.
Well, I need to fix that then.
He shouts and says, "Guys, get him!"
As he...
Marcus,
Oh. Yeah, right. My bad.
it's your turn. The rest of you, I want you to roll either, let's see, either composure and wits or dex plus wits. Highest success is going first.
Composure and wit.
Yes.
What was the second potential for that? So like it was composure,
Dex and wits.
Dex and wits. All right, thank you. Difficulty?
No difficulty, just highest goes first.
Oh,
After
okay.
Marcus.
Dex and wits, you said?
Yes. 2 successes.
Are we all rolling this or no?
Yes. Besides Marcus and Ophelia. Sylvia, 4 successes. Sugar. All right, Sugar, you will go last. Sylvia, after Marcus, you will go next. And so I will put the order in the chat for you all.
Thank you.
In between you, there will be a few people. The other Thin Bloods will have a chance to hit you. All right, so Marcus, let's see what you sent me. Marcus runs in. He sort of runs past Ophelia, sort of taking cover behind the door that had propped up against a box. He he raises his pistol, and he will take a shot at the nearest targets. This is just general to hit, not any like called shot. You're not going for a headshot. You can also rouse the blood in order to add a few dice to your roll. It would just require a rouse check. Not right now? All right. That did not go through. All right, Marcus, let's see. I will say that one Thin Blood closest to the door right. Unfortunately, Marcus, you shoot a little bit wide. It just clips the edge of the box that they were sitting on. The Thin Blood that you shot at, well, not the Thin Blood you shot at, one of them, one of the other Thin Bloods, sees you and will take a shot at you. 1, 2. You will take 3 points of superficial damage as a bullet digs into your shoulder. Marcus sort of growls and sort of yelps.
Shit.
Sylvia, it is now
Yeah.
your turn.
I like kind of glance at the bat that's been in my hand this whole time, and I'm trying to be somewhat invisible right now.
You still have unseen passage up.
Yeah, I do.
All right.
I
So you want to sneak? You
I
want
want
to sneak up?
and I really still want to tase somebody. I'd rather I'd rather somebody just starts like being electrocuted like invisibly. Something is I want to I want to like
All right.
I want to like tase them.
So-
I think that would be hilarious.
All right. Give me the same roll as you did sneaking into the building, but I'll say that since they're distracted, the difficulty is now 2.
Okay, so I'm doing a
Dex stealth plus 2, difficulty 2.
Okay.
I will roll to see if they notice you.
Hang on. What? Okay. Dex. I'm clicking Dex.
No, if you want
It
stealth and
doesn't-
dex.
Oh, you need to click stealth first.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Then select Dex as your.
Dex. 2, 2.
Mm-hmm.
I am a smart boy.
You sneak up. Which one are you sneaking up behind?
Whichever one is still holding blood.
They all sort of set their mugs down. You notice that the smell of the blood, it's a bit stale, but it's still drinkable.
Okay. I tried.
You're
I
not-
want to drink it. Do I have to
Okay.
wait till I tase this guy, or can I drink the blood first?
You can either tase the person that you're behind, or you can drink from the cup, but I will say if you pick up the cup while you're invisible, they will notice you.
Oh man. Okay, I tase him first.
Alright, so I believe that is a specific role that I put on your sheet. If you take a look at the back,
Okay.
you can either roll Dex plus melee or Composure and Firearms.
Okay. Dex plus melee. On it. I probably have to select melee first. Oh, I have 0 in melee. Okay.
You
I have
can
a +1.
rouse the blood. Yes, you can rouse the blood if you wish to sort of call upon your bloodline to aid you in this roll. That would give you a +2 to your dice pool. With the
Okay.
taser, you would get a +1 to damage.
How do I do a rouse the blood?
You just add a.
Give me a rouse check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
You succeed, you do not get hungrier. So you may now add 2 to your dice roll.
Okay. So pool size modifier is 2.
Yes.
Okay. And difficulty is 2.
Yes.
I'm rolling good today.
Very good. Let's see. Composure, resolve to resist. The young woman that you snuck up behind, she does not see you. You jab the taser into her neck. Oh fuck, I completely forgot. I did not do the sound effects.
My punch.
Here, play the punch. Play a belated punch.
There's a buzz and a spark of electricity out of nowhere as a taser sort of sparks up. The woman seizes up and she falls to the floor, groaning, sort of clutching her neck where there's a slight electrical burn, sort of rolling on the floor, just pain coursing through her. Her companion that's next to her, he is going to try and take a swing at you or wherever he saw, but it will be at a severe disadvantage because you are
Yeah.
invisible.
He might still hit me, but I am invisible.
I like you're visible now after doing the tase.
Oh.
Take 2 away. He swings upon thin air. Jade, it is now your turn.
Alright, time to
Was I hit?
You were not hit.
Oh, baller.
Alright, so currently, who has a friend fighting? I said
So
that weird. Hold on. Who is currently active with another, component?
a young man has just shot at Marcus, and there is another young woman next to him with another handgun, sort of looking for a target.
Cool. Lovely. Fuck. So, the shot that was shot at Marcus, did it land on Marcus?
It did. He took 3 superficial damage.
That son of a bitch. Alright. Ah, shit.
Let me see. So you got +1. So you caused 3. Sylvia, you caused 3 superficial damage to the young woman that you attacked with the taser. And she is incapacitated. You're up, Jade.
Yep. I'm thinking. I'm like, there's something she would do impulsively, but due to the advice she was given beforehand, probably wouldn't do it.
What would she do?
Go charge in with the fucking sword and try and stab the fucker that shot her boyfriend, but you know.
Alright, give me Dex melee.
Hell yeah. Difficulty?
2.
Alright. Yeah! I'm willpowering the fuck out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, alright, we're good. 2 successes. Alright. Whew.
Alright, I will see if he dodges. Ooh. He had a critical success.
Ah, shit.
Jade, unfortunately, you take 7 points of damage as he dodges out of the way and he clocks you across the face with the butt of his gun.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Dude. 2, 3.
You all see
6. Oh,
you all see Jade collapse to the floor.
shit.
Is that exceeding your health?
I am now impaired.
Yes. You are reeling. You definitely have a concussion.
Shit.
Your eyes swim. I will say, though, that... Oh, wait, hold on. That was just a dodge. He steps out of the way, but he could miss.
Please. Let me roll. Let me do something. I don't want to die.
He is going to try to swipe at you with the butt of his gun. He got 3 successes. If you wish to dodge him, I will say Dex Athletics.
Cool. Something I'm actually good at. Alright. Difficulty?
I'm sorry for that scare.
No, you're
2.
good, you're good.
Well, he has 3 successes. You need to beat 3.
Shit. 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 Here we go again. Willpower reroll. Slap it.
You can reroll up to 3.
Slap it. Alright, we're good. We're
4
fine.
successes. You bend back, dancer-like, as the butt of the gun swings past your head.
Oh, shit!
Oh, you fucking bitch!
Fuck off, you cunt!
Fuck off, you spooky bitch.
All right, Sugar, it's now your turn.
Hi. So, big man. Let me remember his name by going to NPCs and not. Jacob.
To Jacob?
He's still up. Yeah, he's still up, right?
Yes,
So-
he has a very broken cheekbone.
Oh, talk about the guy that I just punched in the face.
Oh, wait, no, okay, that won't even work. Never mind. Okay, I had a good idea, but it's not gonna work.
I'm willing to listen to the idea, and I'll see if it's possible.
With Quell the Beast, I can force a vampire to slumber.
Ooh.
And so I was like, what if I just knock this guy out?
I mean, I do need to take
I'm
him
not-
in alive.
Sure, if it works on Thin Bloods, but
Yeah, that's why I was like, because in the wording it says force of vampire.
Well, actually, funny
So
enough,
that's why
I
was
just checked this for unrelated reasons. Thin Bloods are considered to be fully, in a way, kindred via the rules, so it would work against them. Don't ask me why I looked it up.
Alright,
It wasn't for
so-
this reason. It was for
the
darker,
cost is,
fucked up
the-
reasons.
a rouse check.
all right. What? Do I need to roll anything to resist?
I don't think so. I think the cost is 1 rouse check and the duration is 1 scene.
Hang on, I got you.
Let me look this up.
Not Moon, you focus on that. I got you. Let's see. The player will. Player will.
Okay.
if this doesn't work, I have something else I can do. But for now, this is sort of what I'm running with.
It's a social check, so it's charisma and animalism. I'm going to say composure. I'm going to say wits and composure to try to resist.
So do you want me to roll charisma plus animalism?
Charisma and
Or-
animalism. I will need a rouse check. Or I'll just make this a willpower roll. See if this will.
I did
affect
fail the
them.
rouse check.
You feel your beast sort of growl as you sort of stare. Your eyes get just a bit more feral as you stare at Jacob. And you will your beast to dominate his.
So I'm. Where is that? Give me a second. I got this. Trust me. Am I looking in the wrong place? No, I'm not. Animalism. Huh. I see animal ken.
Here, you click on the
do I just
discipline
click on
where
it?
there's the dice roll, where there's the dice symbol.
It should be like
Charisma, discipline, animalism. Then you just hit roll.
Okay. What's the difficulty?
Just give me a straight roll for now. So just put 0 for the difficulty.
Ugh.
You are allowed to reroll. You can reroll up to 3 regular die.
We'll reroll 3 again. They're all gonna fail again. Oh, I got 1 critical success and 1 normal.
You did not get a pair of criticals, but the 10, that brings it up to 3. You can see Jacob sort of, you see his angry look sort of turn confused for a moment, and you see him sort of sway on his feet as his knees start to sag just a little bit. And he looks around and just says, What did you do? He seems very
and
lethargic,
Sugar's
as if he's about to.
Sugar's just gonna go, you know, our sweets are amazing for going to bed at night.
What? Who are. He just looks very sort of drowsy and out of it. I will say that you can still attack should you wish.
Yeah,
no context advertisement.
Advertisement, yes. Okay, look, do you own a business? No.
Sugar over here dropping the equivalent of a raid ad in the middle of combat. Over here, like, we might be fighting, but you know where else you could be fighting? Raid Shadowlet!
I'll just... This does sound really weird. Where's the nearest hiding place?
Just crawl on all fours like a rat, you'll be fine.
Sugar, like, he wants to fight, but he also knows that he'll be more of a hindrance than he'll be of help. So he's like, okay, that guy's about to pass out. I need to get out of here. And he's gonna just try and hide.
Alright, so you want to duck behind cover, perhaps behind like a box or something? Yeah. Alright, so you run to wherever there's cover. It looks like there's an old rusted out boat. And you sort of dive behind it.
And I think I'll just be ready for if anybody who's, not part of the gang, I'll pull a rolling pin out. I'll be ready for them.
All right. I will say someone will try to take a shot at you. as you run.
What will I roll for that? It's like
Dex
or-
athletics to see if you dodge.
Dex and athletics, you said?
Yes. Just a straight roll.
My worst ones. One
I
success.
see. Hmm. Sugar, as you run, you feel a burning pain in your hip as another shot goes off.
Yeah, he feels that pain, but he's like, I gotta get my hand there.
Yeah, you feel another shot. You feel that shot dig into your hip. You sort of half shuffle, half run to the boat for cover, but you take 3 points of superficial damage. I will say to heal, you can do a roused check, and based on your blood potency, you can heal 1 point of superficial damage per roused check, or however many your blood potency allows.
Okay. Thank you. I think that's all I can do.
All right, so we're back up at the top of the order again. Ophelia.
So Jacob is kind of swaying a bit. He's out of it.
Yes. Yes.
Trying to decide if I want to deck this fool or if I want to go after someone. You know what? I'll focus on him. I'm gonna hit him again. Guess what? I'm going to hit him again. No, wait. Would that knock him out of his sort of dazed state, though?
All right. Well, he would have to roll to sort of get out of it.
Could I punch him unconscious?
You can certainly try.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to punch him unconscious.
All right, give me Dex plus Brawl. Not Dex plus Brawl, Strength plus Brawl. Or, no, Dex plus Brawl because you're doing something, you're trying to pull your punch a bit.
Alright, what's the difficulty?
Are you still using Potence in your roll?
Prowess lasts for the scene. So now,
All right.
so it's still there.
I will say difficulty of 4 because it is very hard to pull a punch.
All right.
In this state.
Hey! Get shit on,
see.
Jacob.
Yes, so you successfully... And you are wearing your brass knuckles, correct?
Nope, she hasn't put them on yet. She wanted to take this guy out first before she did that.
Alright, so... Let's see... He is severely impaired. And then you said how much damage?
So I just add a +1 to my melee damage. So I just add 1 extra damage to whatever I do.
Jacob flies back.
She does one of those like backhands. So she raises her right fist up, winds it over her shoulder, and like back fists him across the face again.
You hit him. He goes flying. He skids into the dusty floor of the warehouse. He's out cold.
Ophelia then like just slowly turns her attention to like one of the other thin bloods. Which of you wishes to live tonight?
They all look at you. One of the others, the young man who's still standing with a gun, turns his attention from Jade to Ophelia as you have taken down basically the leader. Let's see. He is going to take a shot at you, Ophelia. If you wish to dodge, it will be Dex Athletics.
I'll do that, and since I have rapid reflexes, I take no penalty from having no cover from fire.
No cover?
Yep, Dex Athletics, you said?
Dex Athletics.
Alright, and 0 for that.
Just a straight roll.
Ooh, none. I got nothing.
You can spend willpower.
You know what? Yeah, I'll spend a willpower. No, wait. Willpower reroll. I'll roll 3. Okay. No, yeah, no, I'm taking this shot, apparently. Ophelia's tanking this hit for the sake of being intimidating, I guess. The story wants Ophelia to take this hit and scare the shit out of some people, apparently.
You're hit with a shot. It hits you in the shoulder, like right on the breastbone, but your body steams and it seems it's only makes you angrier.
How much damage?
Ophelia, you take 2 superficial damage.
As she takes the shot, her eyes never leave the one who shot her, and her shoulder kind of just naturally recoils back from the hit. But then she just looks at the point of the shot, and then like returns her attention to him, and like points at him.
What the fuck?
You are young, so you can make mistakes. However, you made one mistake too many. Thus, you must learn cause and effect. Actions have consequences, and your consequence tonight will be the fact that you shall never see the moon again.
Roll me, just give me a quick, give me intimidation and charisma.
I guess I'll add daunt to it as well. Like,
all right.
Because if I'm intimidating someone, might
so
as
you
well
activate daunt,
with that.
and
yeah.
suddenly in the room, Ophelia is the most terrifying thing you have ever seen. Scarier than any boogeyman, scarier than any kind of sort of horror monster.
What difficulty? Or is it a bounce back? Is it sort
just
of
give me a straight roll.
straight roll? All right. I'm gonna re-roll that because fuck that shit. I did not be a badass for the sake of, for the sake to not be intimidating.
Hold on. How many did you get?
None. So I'm gonna so I roll 3 dice. So I'm gonna re-roll 3, see if I can at least get something. Hey, there we go. Okay.
All right. So they're very scared.
They see the visage of a bull behind her.
Oh yeah.
Snorting. It's
right.
ready to charge.
All right. Marcus sort of shakes his head. You see the beast sort of glimmer in his eyes as veins travel through his eyes. His eyes glimmer with a red glow. He aims the gun. He aims the gun at one of them.
Oof.
Marcus, you have received a bestial failure. Do you wish to reroll?
Marcus, yeah.
All right. I will mark 1 spent willpower, and you're rerolling 3.
Oh, there we go.
All right, so you fire off another shot. Bang. One of the young men that had been surrounding the area immediately just collapses to the floor, falls backwards, blood pooling from the base of his head. One man is down.
One is dead.
One's unconscious, one is dead. He twitches and he falls still. Let's see. One of the young women that Sylvia had attacked, she will try to get back to her feet. Let's see. So composure and resolve. She, let's see. I think she'll. She only got 2 successes. Three successes. She gets back up on her feet. And Sylvia, have you deactivated
The taser has been. Oh, have I deactivated it? Do I mean, should I? I feel like it's gonna aid me in this fight, right?
I'm gonna say that because you have sort of made a move and sort of tasered someone.
Everyone can see me now? Okay, that's
Yes.
fair. Now this is the part where I pick up the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, she grabs a knife.
Silently thanking Ophelia.
Yeah, she grabs a knife.
Who needs help? Or is this the girl that I tasered and now she's
This is the
wants
girl that you
revenge?
tasered. She's going to swing at you and try to stab you.
Oh, Jesus.
So if you want to avoid it, I need Dex Athletics.
Athletics.
Deathletics.
And then this is just a straight roll. I'm gonna say difficulty of difficulty of 3.
Okay.
Do you think someone could make a Vampire the Masquerade themed metal band called Rouse the Blood?
That would be pretty sick.
It's like a metal band.
You can spend willpower to re-roll any
I
dice
don't have
that
any
is not
willpower.
under. You don't have any willpower left?
I don't see any in my chart.
Willpower is next to health. Look under your mental.
Yeah.
Willpower.
I don't see willpower or health.
No, they're
didn't
not
put them
supposed to
in.
be full. They're not supposed to be filled in.
Oh.
Yes, they're not supposed to
Okay.
be filled in. But if you wish to re-roll the one die,
I use it up.
You use one
Okay.
willpower. Yep.
hit one superficial willpower. That's the slash.
What? I don't understand that there's 2 kinds of willpower.
No, it's aggravated, and then so superficial is just like the slash. Aggravated is like filled in. Aggravated is the kind of shit that I'm dealing to these guys by punching them. Superficial.
Why would you choose anything except for the aggravated?
The only reason I can do that is because I have lethal body.
Alright,
Okay. So
Sylvia.
I only get regular willpower. Okay.
Yes. So, Sylvia, unfortunately, I did the willpower reroll for you. You did not succeed.
Oh,
You-
he didn't let me roll it. That doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
That's
I'll
okay.
let
It's
you
okay.
try then.
No,
let you
it's
try then.
okay. No, that's okay. I lose. I've had good rolls this whole time. Let's throw in a bad one for fun.
Oh god, that was
All right.
funny.
So, this young woman, she looks at you. She plunges the knife into your chest. It hurts.
Oh my
You take 2
god,
points.
girl.
You take 2 points of superficial damage.
I take how many points?
2.
2?
So you just put 2 slashes
So
on
just mark 2 slashes.
Okay.
Jade, it is your turn.
Delightful.
How's that concussion?
Didn't happen. Doesn't exist.
Oh yeah, that's right. You dodged.
Dodged.
Dodge!
That was my bad.
Alternate
you're good.
reality
That's
where
perfectly
Jade got a
fine.
fucking concussion.
First combat, baby's first concussion. It's fine.
I don't know. You're a
Um,
dancer. I doubt that would be Jade's first concussion.
Oh yeah, no. This is
Let
probably...
me just re-describe the scene to you all. Let me just re-describe the scene to you all.
Yes, please.
So, there's a young woman who has just stabbed Sylvia. Next to her, lies the young man that Marcus shot in the head. Beyond him lays Jacob, the leader, who is unconscious on the floor. There is a young man and a young woman, both with handguns, who are trying to figure out who to target.
The man with the handgun is the one that attempted to shoot. Well, that shot Marcus, right?
He also shot Ophelia, but
Oh,
I will say, suddenly, you hear a bestial scream. Sylvia, the young man that you saw bound in the corner, he is screaming, he is struggling at his bonds. It is as if the beast itself is screaming in your ears. It is
Oh my
loud,
God.
it is painful.
Is this a person or is this my madness?
Oh no, this is very, very real.
Ah!
It's not your schizophrenia.
They
Nightmare,
are
nightmare, nightmare.
screaming as if their life is in danger.
Oh shit.
My life is in danger?
No, they are screaming as if their life is in danger.
Oh, shit.
Fuck, shit, balls.
Wait, is this the person who attacked me?
No, this is the young man that you saw
Right,
bound next
right.
in the
The
dark
one that was
shadowy
waking
corner.
up?
The one that was waking up. He is now awake. He is terrified. He is screaming. His eyes are wild. You can see the veins in his eyes. They are dark. He's another kindred like you. He
Oh my
is
God.
screaming as if he is in mortal peril.
This terrifies me.
Oh shit.
And I'm stabbed. I'm bestabbing.
Bestabbed.
Bestabbed.
Make me a composure and a resolve roll, Sylvia.
Composure and resolve. What is my...
Just give me a straight roll.
Okay.
So difficulty 0. I just want to see.
What? There we go.
You are
Ah,
not.
hell yeah.
You see this. You are much more angry at the woman who stabbed you than you are afraid of the man who is screaming.
That's actually a great way of putting it.
All right, Jade, it is now your turn.
Alrighty, here we go. Fuck. Shit.
Remember, we only need one of them alive. We already got the guy I need. We only need one more of them alive.
Alright. Shit.
Well, you
alright.
technically have 2 more down.
Well, I
We
mean,
have Jacob, who is unconscious. One who is attacking Sylvia. She looks very beaten up.
Oh, I just said we only need one more of them alive, so feel free to kill one of them. The other one we'll just take with us.
Okay. Fuck. Alright, we're trying to stab the guy again.
All right, give me Dex melee.
Yep.
He will
Be graceful as
try
shit.
to dodge you.
No. We kill one more because one of them is dead. One of them's unconscious. No, wait. 2 more. Yeah, no. Yeah, there would be 3.
What is the difficulty?
Let me see. It's gonna be very high.
Oh, shit.
Morgan's just rolling, which I love.
Give me just give me a roll, see what.
I don't like it here, man. Oh.
Don't question
Alright.
my math.
You swing at him and he laughs and steps back. Is that all you got? He is going to try to disarm you.
You shut the fuck up. This is my first fight, you dick.
Just give me a Dex Athletics roll.
Alright.
Difficulty of 3.
Alright. Hey!
Goes to the active. I will say, goes to the active Kindred. So you successfully hold on to your sword cane. Let's
Did
see.
not steal this from the fucking art department for you to just steal it!
It's like
You think that pathetic thing can hurt me? Man,
in
you
me hard
must
enough.
be, man, you must be either the stupidest ghoul I've ever met or the newest lick I've ever met.
Joke's on you! Not a lick!
By the way, for those unaware, lick refers to a kindred. It's more of a slang term. Sugar, it's your turn.
I was once again muted. Okay, I need to stop doing this.
just leave yourself unmuted at this point.
Yeah. So, I have a question. Can I? Is there any like scrap metal on the floor?
Give me wits awareness.
Difficulty of.
Just a straight roll. So 0.
That's 3.
All hunger die. Your beast sort of looks around, growling, and you see there's some broken. It looks like they would have been welded onto this boat perhaps 15, 20 years ago, but they are rusted metal panels just sort of cast aside.
Do they look throwable?
You can certainly try to throw them.
Rolling pin or metal? Okay, I'm gonna. Do I know if there's anybody near me?
I would say that the closest person near you would be. The closest person near you would be the woman who is attacking Sylvia.
I just want to run up and hit her.
With the rolling pin?
Yeah.
Alright, give me Dex Melee.
Not gonna be the best.
You can arouse your blood at the risk of getting hungrier.
What is my hunger at right now? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, straight roll, right? Oh, that's 0. 0 successes. Well,
And you cannot
can-
re-roll because it is...
Can I willpower?
You can't... No. They're all hunger die. I'll make you a devil's bargain.
Hello.
You can hit her, but you will succumb to your beast.
What does that entail?
Oh god.
You see that the young woman is in a very bad way. Your beast whispers to you, "Go on. It'll be so quick." But your boyfriend won't even notice. So quick. You don't even have to tell him. She's on death's door anyway. Yes?
Yeah.
Let's make this a little bit cooler.
Okay.
In that case, instead of using the rolling pin, can he drop it while he's running and pull out his feral claws?
Oh shit.
You will have to make a rouse check, I
Rouse check.
believe.
Yeah, well, I feel like which makes it even better.
All right.
Failed. So I'm
You
at 4
feel your
hunger,
fat.
and I think
Oh.
his nails, his fingers, suddenly, like they snap and start to extend, and he honestly gets on all fours and starts like darting towards this woman
You.
and just claws into her.
Yes, you are like a ferocious tiger. You roar as you pounce onto this woman. You slash at her chest. You slash again and again. Soon you're biting her. You're digging your fangs into her neck. You are drinking and slaking your hunger. It feels amazing. You are alive. You are a predator. You are just you feel the blood going down your throat. It tastes amazing. The woman didn't even know what hit her. She goes limp. She
And then
is
I feel like
on the threshold of death.
the second that there's any sign that this is no longer fresh meat in this state of animalism that he's in, he will snap his head to the next target.
You wish to withdraw your fangs from her neck. How much hunger do you slake? Well, actually, better question. Give me a willpower reroll.
Animism.
Give me a willpower roll. Just roll all of your willpower.
So just roll 3 or?
Just click on your willpower.
Oh. That's 1 success. So I assume that means that
Sugar,
I'm very much still latched on.
you do not stop. You do not stop until the beast in your stomach. Oh, wait, hold on. You had 6 humanity before, correct?
I believe so.
You do not stop until this woman is dead and your beast is satisfied. You lift your fangs from her neck and you look down in horror and see she is lifeless beneath you, cut to ribbons, but there's no blood pooling around her. You have drank whatever was left. Sugar, you now have a stain on your humanity.
Oh god, I was so fucking worried for Sugar. Oh, it's only a stain. Thank the gods.
But you have killed this woman.
Sugar definitely
Is this a
looks
human?
at his hands.
No, it's a kindred, but she is dead.
Wait, you can eat kindred?
It's
It's
thin
complicated.
blood.
We can eat thin
No.
bloods?
Let me look.
I looked it up. Technically, they are still considered kindred, so Sugar got lucky in a sense. They are still
Fresh
classified as kindred. So Moon, we'll just say Sugar got lucky.
Sugar has committed diablerie, which is the draining of another kindred.
And is that a
Does
stain on
she
your
turn to
humanity?
dust?
It's worse.
You see the young woman's body sort of decay as you stare
Why
at
is
your
it worse?
hands that are now twisted into feral claws. Sugar, you're exactly the kind of monster that you wanted to protect Pepper from.
Shit, yeah, I think Sugar just stares at his hands.
Oh.
They're covered in blood, they're elongated. The tips of his fingers are now black, like pitch black, and he's just staring at them. And disgust, but definitely the animalism in him is definitely forcing a smile on his face.
It's more of a grimace as you realize what you've done, but you don't have long to celebrate. A shot rings out again, but it lands just to the right of you as the young woman who's still up has found her next target, but her hands are shaking as she stares at you in horror. You killed Karina. You killed her. Oh my god. Just calm down, Gabriella. It's gonna be fine. Just pull it together. Okay, we gotta protect Jacob. These licks are probably after him. Just focus on that.
Sugar is just gonna stare at them. I think
They are looking at you as if you're a wild animal.
I think in this moment he feels how he would if if Pepper were to find out that Sugar was a kindred. And I think with that, his first thought is, I can't let Sugar know that this, I can't let Pepper know that this happened. And he'll get ready to, I assume I can't attack again, so he's just gonna get ready to start sprinting towards the next person.
I'll make a note of it. Back to the top of the order. Ophelia, it's your move.
Which of the two are closer?
I would say that you're an equal distance away from the young woman who just tried to shoot Sugar, Gabriella.
Mm-hmm.
And the other young man who is engaged with Jade is... so you're of equal distance to them.
Would I know... Does Xander prefer male or female canvases?
Either or.
Male or female? Male or female? How many? We've been in the shop. How many male birdies does he have?
He only has the female birdie.
Only the female. You know what? We're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that going. You know, for his sake, out of kindness for them. Don't like him, but out of kindness for them, we're gonna keep that going. You know, typical shit. I'm trying to decide. Do I want to run up to the other guy, or do I want to just blink to him? Because I'm already at 3 hunger, and I don't want to have to deal with another rouse check. I mean, I could take care of one of them. Fuck it. I'll risk the rouse check. I'm gonna blink to the guy.
Okay. You're going to blink to the young man who is at Jade's side.
Yep, I'm at 4 hunger. Fuck. Alright.
Your beast is very, very hungry.
She's going to blink, and her hand is in, like, a grabbing motion, and she's going to, like... I need organs, is the thing. That's my main flaw.
Go to the gut, perhaps?
Oh, yeah. I'm in an open palm, clutching movement, gonna, like, shove my hand into, like, his gut.
Into his gut.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He is going to try and get out of the way.
Roll for strength. Roll. Holy shit!
How much?
9 successes with a messy critical.
He only got 3.
9
Ophelia.
successes. Fuck.
Ophelia, you dig your hand into his body. You dig your hand into his body. You feel the crunch of his sternum as you reach your hand up inside his chest cavity, and by the time you pull your hand back out, you have his heart in your hands.
It's just, and she's just going to.
He collapses to the floor, just sort of gurgling, and he falls flat on his face.
She just kind of does
and
one of those.
His body decays.
She just does one of those like side steps, like those like uninterested side steps, and then she's going to turn her attention to the girl and just eat his heart whole, while looking directly in her eyes.
Give me intimidation and.
I think I still have daunt.
Give me
going.
intimidation manipulation. Is this sort of a? Yes, you can add your presence rating.
Mm-hmm.
You can. I'm going to see if she will surrender.
Yep, intimidation, manipulation. Ooh, that's a bestial failure. You know what? I'm going to willpower re-roll. 2 of those.
Since you have slaked one hunger,
Yeah.
I'll make you a devil's.
I'll
make you a devil's bargain.
I slaked 1 hunger.
Yes. I will allow you to re-roll this.
Okay. Ignore my current reroll because this is before that. All right. But
you eat his heart. You slake 1 hunger. I don't believe this would count as diablerie because you killed him before you drained him.
yeah, I'm an organivore, so it's kind of like my thing. I need that to slake hunger.
All right. So manipulation, intimidation, plus your
Oh.
So
hang on. I'm sorry. I was just
roll
looking.
in.
Oh, sorry.
What?
I was looking it up. Apparently, according to some sources, if you eat a fresh heart, like you just pulled it out, that's the equivalent of like fully slaking your hunger. It's the equivalent of draining a person. Okay, apparently.
Ah. All right. So you too will have a stain on your humanity.
No biggie. I'll add that myself. I got it. No, too far. There we go.
Hit settings.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you, baby. Diablerie. Ophelia. Yeah. So what is it again? You let me re-roll it. Same thing.
Yes.
Intimidation, manipulation.
Plus your potence rating.
Yep. Presence. Let's see. There we go. All right.
She watches this in horror. She drops her gun. She collapses to her knees. Okay. I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
Ophelia like licks her fingers, and then she shouts to like Marcus, and she she drops one of the set of chains and one of the burlap sacks in front of the girl. Tie her up, and she's gonna walk. Then she's gonna walk over to Sugar, and she's gonna kind of like tap Sugar across, like gently, like kind of tap him on the head, like, "Hey, you there?" Sal, you're muted. Sal?
Sal? Earth to Sal.
You there, Sal? Hey.
Sal?
I'm sorry.
Ophelia walks up to Sugar and kind of like taps them on the head to get their attention, like kind of get them out of their daze, like tap tap.
Sugar will look over and go, yeah?
And she just looks down at Sugar, places her hand on their shoulder and says, "We will speak later. But know this. You are not the monster you think you are. And she continues past to Jacob.
Whoa.
Honestly, I think in that moment, I think Sugar thinks to himself, because genuinely, Sugar, hates being a kindred because he's like, I want to have a normal life with my husband. But for the first time, he has been told, it's okay, you're not a monster. So I think he just, once again, just stands there in like silence and shock as like he's trying to process everything.
Then Ophelia, goes over to the unconscious dude that she backhanded, and she's like, so many tough words. Such a fool. And then she ties him up, puts him in the sack, and then kind of tosses it over her shoulder.
All right. Sugar, you all sort of, Marcus ties up the young woman with the chains. She is sobbing. You can all see the tears trailing down her face are not water, but blood. Is anyone at 3 hunger right now? 3 or more?
Not me.
Marcus is at 3 hunger.
Yeah, Marcus is at 3. I think Marcus might be the only one, because Sugar and I both slated our hunger.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm at 0 hunger.
I'll have him roll willpower. Marcus is sort of enraptured. He bites down on the young woman's neck. She gasps, but then falls limp in the ecstasy of the vampire's kiss. It's a lot easier to sort of get her into the sack. I'm assuming that he stops when he reaches just 1 hunger.
Yeah.
All right. He stops. And once he's finished, he sort of wipes his mouth, shakes it off, and then turns and looks at Jade and just says, Rita, come here.
Of course. She quickly walks over.
He cups her face and just sort of looks her over. Mi amor, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I had a close encounter, but I'm okay. Are you okay?
He pulls you into a tight hug.
She hugs him back, and as tight as she can get with her words. She hugs him. It's tight.
Lena, what does Sylvia do? Because I know that you need to head out in a bit.
Is the fight over?
It is.
Oh, holy shit. Well, I mean, I drink the blood. Whatever's in cups.
And then
You want to
I don't
go
care if it's
around and
stale.
you go around and you drink the blood that's in the cups that are around sort of like this lit area.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, one of them has spilled over, but you chug down the 3 that are in the mugs. It's stale. It's a bit odd, actually. You probably assume that it came from Irene, judging from the track marks in her arms.
Oh shit, that's
Oh my
right.
god! I put a hand to my mouth.
She's sort of
Irene,
still.
I'm so sorry.
She sort of stirs and shakes her head and is just sort of.
Marcus.
She's just sort of. It looks like she's almost high on something.
Marcus.
Oh my god, am I gonna get really high? Did I just drink like heroin blood?
Well, only one way to find out.
Oh my god, this is terrible. I should have checked whose blood this was.
Yes. As soon as you realize this, you
Oh
feel.
god. Oh god.
You feel something that you haven't really felt before.
Oh no, am I gonna get addicted to heroin? That's tragic. That's
feel-
not funny. That's not funny.
You
It
feel. You feel euphoria.
Oh no.
You feel that shroud of darkness, that depression sort of lift. It takes you aback for a minute, and a light sort of returns to your eyes. It's wonderful. There's a
I start
strange eye that
smiling.
almost. There's
You've
a
never seen
strange,
me
almost
smile.
sickly sweet undertone in the blood, almost like raspberries. It's strange, but you're not fighting this feeling. It's wonderful. You sort of just sit and stand and just admire not being crushed by the weight of this depression.
Wow. I smile and I say, I'm so sorry, Irene.
She sort of like mumbles something under her breath, sort of like eyelids fluttering. It's at this point where someone shifts in the other corner of the room. Rise. What do you say? What do you do, seeing these kindred who so brazenly crashed in and defeated the Thin Bloods?
Who are you?
Oh, as Ophelia spins around and like has her double barrel out with like the bag over her shoulder, like, oh, you're not one of them.
No, I don't remember how I got here. It's all a blur.
Well,
That's rough, buddy.
let's get you out of here, and then we can figure all that out. How about that?
Do any of you get closer to him?
Yeah, I think Jade probably approached
Oph-
thinking of like, oh yeah, I'll untie him.
Ophelia's gonna
Jade,
head
roll
to the
me
other two.
wits and awareness. Ophelia, also roll me wits and awareness.
No, I'm rolling. You want? Even though I'm not going towards them, I'm going.
If you're approaching him,
No, I'm.
roll wits and awareness.
No, no,
What is the difficulty?
Just give me a straight roll.
I'm going.
Alright.
I think
I'm going away, and I'm going towards the others that are like that, like the one kindred and then the ghoul, to like help them
I
out.
think Sugar
4 successes.
is. I think Sugar is. He like definitely wants to approach to try and help, but sort of his hands are still have like the feral beast claws, and he just doesn't trust himself for now.
Rise, are you wearing anything on your head?
It's just the hair and blood.
Tasty.
Jade, as you approach this young man, you see at first what appears to be a wound on his forehead, sort of crusted over with blood and matted, but as you approach, that gap that you think is a cut, it opens.
Ugh.
Oh,
There's another eye in the center of this man's forehead.
oh, that's not normal. She kind of looks to Marcus and just like, so, eyeball? Question mark?
Rise is
Marcus
getting uncomfortable.
Marcus has his gun at the ready, sort of trained on this newcomer, but as he also approaches and he looks on, I'm gonna say that he also looks very confused. What
Um,
the?
So, I'm just gonna ask you one thing, good sir. When I untie you, please don't immediately get up. Just stay sitting for a second. Is that okay? Can we agree to those terms?
Why are you all so on edge?
This
Ophelia,
guy
at
has
this
a
point, you
third
turn
eyeball!
Ophelia, at this point you turn around and you see exactly what they're looking at. And it's looking at you.
And Ophelia's just like,
It,
oh, I see. And she goes back.
Ophelia, do you have any points in occult?
Let's see, occult. I do not. I would assume she maybe saw one like that in her time in Italy. Maybe?
Give me wits, Give me... Do you have anything in investigation?
No. I have it in academics.
Give me wits and academics.
What's the difficulty?
Just give me a roll.
One critical success. And then one failure.
You may have heard a term. It was more of a slang term thrown out in old Italian. Rumors of a cyclops on the streets. You, in the Camarilla, sort of have heard the whispers of that one clan that was nearly hunted to extinction. You didn't even think there were any left.
And Ophelia, like, you know, is like, kind of, like, you know, scratches her eyebrows, and she moves closer and, like, kneels down to look at them, like, it appears...
And Rise is pulling away towards the wall.
Ophelia is like, I mean you no harm. I simply wish to confirm something. And she looks a little closer and it would appear that, hang on, give me 1 second. I'm going back to in-character chat for something. Yeah. It appears that Testa di Caso was right.
Who?
It translates to dickhead in Italian.
Oh, shit.
My sire spoke of it along the others of the Camarilla, where I used to work. It appears that... yes. Best we keep this from Casimir. But we'd best be leaving now. I don't want to be here if somebody were to walk by. Last time I did, I got a gun addiction.
There are 2 bodies on the ground. You have 2 in your... There are 3 bodies on the ground. There are 2 in your possession.
We need to bring one of them.
You have the young woman who has willingly tied herself up and is sobbing. And you have the leader, Jacob Laurent. Marcus sort of holsters his pistol and says, "We need to leave now."
Agreed. And
Don't have to tell me twice.
Ophelia sends a call to Max.
Hey, Ophelia, it's good to hear from you.
It's done. Drive up to. It's done. Drive up.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
And
I'll be there in 15.
be quick. Also,
I'll try.
and I'll need to make a stop before we head back to. Well, I'll need to make a couple stops before we head back to Casimir.
Do you want me to bring my truck?
Yes.
All right. He hangs up. Do any of you look around this sort of, do you look around this area?
Absolutely.
The warehouse?
Is
All right, give me...
Rhys untied?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I believe he is untied, but
Yes, Jade untied.
if you want to investigate, if you want to look around, I would say wits investigation or wits and resolve. Or not wits and resolve, wits awareness.
Alright, cool. Slap. Difficulty?
Yes, Marcus, you can take the guns for the others. I will say, difficulty of 3.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Shit.
Keep
God damn it. You know what? Screw it. I'll re-roll.
rolling, 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 rolling.
Can Rhys, like, look around from his seat? He's looking
You're
for
more than welcome
me.
to.
Perfect.
Good enough. I get
3 successes. Jade, you wander over to where what appears to be a chemistry set was. You see some kind of odd liquid. There's some ingredients that smell absolutely horrible, like the most sour thing you've ever smelled, something rotten in some kind of a jar, even some odd metal shavings, but the most prominent thing that you see are 4 vials. 3 of them are filled with a dark blue liquid, and one of them is filled with a bright red liquid that almost looks like cough syrup, and it smells much different than the dark blue vials. It smells like cherries.
Oh my god, is this like a fantasy drug?
Fuck. I think I take the vials and I look over to the coterie and it's just like, they were making some weird shit here.
Noted. Let's go. Quickly.
Rhys, you do not see your beanie.
Poor Beanie.
R.I.P. the beanie.
As someone who like basically lives and dies by my hat, I feel that.
I will say that you could makeshift a scrap of fabric into a headband.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do.
Sugar is wearing a beanie. Sorry.
Oh, right.
So Sugar can just hand it off.
All right.
So Rhys
Sugar,
is
you
gonna
hand off
flinch a little.
your beanie to Sugar. Sugar, you hand off your beanie to Rhys.
What? Why are you giving me that?
I think it would be better if you just put it on for now, just to... No. And, he'll just point to where it is, but on, like, his head. Just for
Thank
now.
you. Takes
Do
it.
any of you pick up Irene?
Yeah, I thought we were going to... I've got 2 bodies. I'm carrying 2 people. I can carry a third if people want, but...
I'll go over and grab Irene.
What about the other guy?
Irene is still sort of sitting, sort of not very lucid. She just sort of mumbles and looks hazily up and around, sees a shadow approaching, and then her eyes go wide and she starts croaking and screaming, "Get away! Get away! Get away! Get away!
hold on.
Get away! No, 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 no!"
Sorry. I'm not Kindred.
Give me charisma manipulation.
Shit.
Difficulty 3.
Wait, hold on. Charisma manipulation, or do you mean like charisma, like I don't know, like skill?
Give me
It's like that's two attributes.
persuasion and manipulation. I will say, Sal, Lena, I know you have to leave soon, so you can just say whatever.
Can you
you're
just? I'm
supposed
just like
to.
zonked out on this cherry stuff, so you can NPC mode me pretty good.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
and it's
before I
Zoinked.
go, I just want to ask because I want to ask if Sugar can do the same thing and be like, oh, actually, no, I have like whole black fingers right now. I was gonna say because I have like the ingenuine thing, but never mind.
Ingenue?
Ingenue. I say ingenuine.
Genuine. I was.
But yeah, I think for now, I'd say for the rest of the session, Sugar is sort of just in that catatonic state of like, what did I do?
Feeling
You
talk
sort
to
of
Sugar.
stare at your hands as the claws sort of sink back into your hands. Your hands are still covered in blood. Sylvia, you sort of sit and just enjoy this euphoria high, just sort of not really caring about anything, but that weight has lifted from your chest. I'll just say that you will return to your havens at the end of the night. And you are allowed to leave at any point. The rest of you, feel free to stay. This will be recorded, so you guys won't miss anything.
Hey, I have a question. What happens to the recordings?
I put them in the Google Doc.
Oh, I put them in a Google Drive. I'll share the link with you.
Yeah, you put them in the Google Drive. I put them in the Google Drive.
Oh yeah, Spider will put them in the Google Drive. I will share the link with you.
Watch your tongue.
So what is the difficulty to try to calm dear Irene down?
3.
3? Alright. I'm screwed. Can I try and use charisma instead?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Please. So persuasion charisma?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool. Hello, son. What are you doing?
Sun things.
Crimes. So many. God!
Mm-hmm.
I will say Marcus will assist. He activates awe.
I keep on forgetting that that freaking Jade has access to awe.
It's all right.
I'm gonna sneak out. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Have a good one. I forgot to add
Love you, sis.
have a good one. I forgot to add the presence rating, but he still gets 3 successes. So I will say combined. Marcus sort of places a hand on your shoulder and raises a hand and says, "It's all right. We're not here to hurt you. We were sent to come find you and rescue you." You see Irene sort of, her eyes sort of like go back to Marcus, just sort of staring up at him, her unblinking for a moment. And then she just sort of nods and just sort of goes limp again. She seems a bit more aware, and she knows that you're there to help her, but she doesn't have all of her wits about her.
Some of her mental faculties are still out.
Yeah.
Yes, she's very, very weak.
I'm going to untie you now. Is that all right?
She sort of like nods her head.
All right.
Jordan, you did
Jade.
not just fucking say Rizzler to my face.
Alright. Yeah, Jade unties her and tries to help her
helps
to
her up.
stand.
She's very wobbly. She sort of leans on you, stumbles a bit. She kind of stares out at nothing for a second and sort of giggles, but then just sort of goes back into a state of sort of staring around, staring up at the sky, and she seems a little disappointed that she can't see
Oh.
the sky when she's indoors.
Jades kind of mumbles to herself, Jesus, she is high as a kite. Alright.
Yeah, we should at least get her something. Maybe some water, or we should just get her back to the
Let's get her.
Elysium as soon as possible, or
Let's-
wherever they are.
Let's get them back now. We need to get them back now.
Yeah, we need to get out of
I
here.
will say that there are still 3 bodies littering the floor.
Ah, shit.
We'll worry about they're not our problem anymore.
I mean, it's kind of suspicious.
It was already
Just,
suspicious. These guys were hanging out in a warehouse.
Hmm.
I mean,
And there's
I
drugs
will
and there's
say
drug stuff.
that-
So
one's missing a heart. That one's fucking got his shit rocked.
Hmm. I'll say. Let's see. Oh, Jordan has an idea.
yeah, 2 of them are technically Ash, so 1 body.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Marcus kind of looks to Ophelia and says, "Hey, help me with something."
She-
And
alright.
he looks to Ophelia and sort of like says, "Hey, help me with something," and heads back outside. And he opens up the garage door
Ophelia,
and he starts trying to push the car inside.
Ophelia, like, will walk behind, kind of look at Marcus, and then watch Marcus struggle to push the car for a little bit. Look back at Marcus. Do you want help?
Yes, please.
And she is going to, set the bodies down that she's got in the sacks. Gonna place 2 hands on the car, and just watch her fingers dig in, and she's gonna start pushing.
All right. You give me I guess.
My potence is still there, so it would be probably strength
Yeah,
and
give me
athletics.
strength and potence.
Oh, just strength and potence?
Yeah.
Alright, let me get rid of my other stat then, real quick. Strength, discipline, potence. Alright. That is a 2.
Damn.
I will say not difficult, but it is a struggle. You sort of grunt and you just push the car as best you can. The tires leave tracks in the dirt.
Ophelia's
you
doing
push
most
it
of the work.
as far. Yeah, you push the car as far into the warehouse as you can, and then Marcus says, "All right, everyone's out."
And then I used the rest of the whiskey bottle that was left outside.
No, yeah,
All right.
no, hang on, Rise is Ophelia's gonna walk to Rise and be like, I can get you to safety. You will not be harmed, I promise.
Yeah, let's not leave the guy with 3 eyes and the
Ophelia's the only. Listen, you guys freaked out. Ophelia's the only one who didn't.
Rise will slowly get up using the wall since he's still pretty weak.
Do you require assistance?
Mhm.
You're carrying 2 bodies. I
Do you require
think I can
assistance?
manage.
Do you require assistance?
Thank you for the dice, Marcus.
Dice.
I can walk. And he hobbles, but he manages.
Roadhog wobbles away.
Everyone makes their way outside, and Marcus turns to Ophelia again and says, "All right, do you have a lighter?"
And right as Marcus says that, Ophelia's lighting a cigar.
Mind if I borrow it?
And she closes the like cigar, and then closes the lighter, puts it away, and hands Marcus the cigar.
I was asking for the lighter.
She still offers Marcus a drag.
He sighs, he takes a puff, hands it back,
And then
pulls out his hands.
she puts a box of matches in his hand.
He just sort of shrugs like, all right, and goes back and says, all right, everyone, run back to where we were dropped off. This ain't gonna be pretty. And
before Marcus does that, Ophelia puts a hand on Marcus like, I believe I'm a bit faster. Wouldn't it make more sense for me?
yeah, all right.
He
hands you the matches back, and he starts ushering everyone back towards the meeting point.
Yep.
Once everybody's like a fair distance away, Ophelia will put the box of matches back. She'll look at the bodies in like the warehouse and stuff and look at the car. She'll blow a long plume of smoke, and she says, You have paid your penance threefold. But now you must look in the eyes of the person who allows you to exist in this world and explain how you failed so poorly. As she tosses the cigar onto the alcohol and lets it light the flames.
All right, the tie has soaked up a considerable amount of alcohol and a bit of gasoline. I will say you have 60 seconds to get away.
She just simply turns and boom, as if
give me Dex Athletics.
Death and athletic. I'm gonna rouse the blood and go fleetness.
All right.
I failed, but hey, now I'm back to normal.
Yes, you feel the beast sort of stir again from its content.
She's like
angry that you sort of roused it from its satiation.
Dexterity, athletics, you said?
Yes.
And she just kind of swears at it in Italian, but like it's just like, mind your tongue. Don't test me.
It mutters an insult back at you in Italian before settling down again.
And what's the difficulty?
2.
I think I passed.
Yeah, you just boom, are off like a shot. You run away as the tie smolders. You almost think nothing happens, but then boom! There's a loud explosion as the car's gas tank explodes, sending shrapnel up through the roof. It collapses onto the burning remains of the car and starts to catch alight. But you are far enough away now that you do not need to make a terror frenzy check.
Ophelia just kind of appears next to everybody else. Just
like just swears.
Fuck. She just dusts
All right.
herself off and like adjusts the two bodies, and we have a couple stops to make before we stop at Broken. After this, I'd say that we all deserve a bit of a relaxment. But Rhys, I actually have a place. Do you currently have a place to stay?
I don't think Rhys has introduced himself yet.
Oh yeah, sorry. Do you have a name?
You can call me Rhys.
Rhys, do you currently have a place to stay?
I did. I don't know how long I've been here though.
I can fix that. And she pulls out her phone and she calls the shelter that she frequently helps human mortals or kindred to, and she calls calls like the front desk.
Hello?
It's Ophelia.
Oh, hello, Miss Daniels. How can we help you tonight?
I've got another stray here in need of long-term stay. Do you have any rooms, Faye?
What kind of room do you need?
And she looks at Rhys, and she says, and she looks at Rhys, and like, this is like I'm gonna come up with some code now. So sorry if this sounds weird. I apologize to everyone. It appears that red just really isn't the color for the drapes.
I see. We'll have a room ready for them.
Thank you. We'll be by 30 minutes. I'll walk them in myself.
Rhys
Alrighty, we'll
mumbling
see you
about
then.
Hangs up.
Rhys being like, I mean, I don't mind red. What's wrong with red?
Marcus also pipes up. Hey, I have a place that you can stay as well if you don't want to stay in the shelter. I actually have a vacant apartment. No, all of them come with blackout curtains, so you don't have to worry about anything.
You do that for me? You don't even know me.
I mean, hell, kid. I mean, I didn't expect to rescue 2 people, but not tonight, but I mean, I guess you're part of this little group now.
Do you wish?
Thanks.
Do you wish to stay?
I guess.
Do you wish to stay in the apartment then?
That sounds nice to have my own place. It's easier that way.
She calls back, and it's just like, no need for the room. Had someone a friend pulled through and found them a place. Keep it open for somebody. Keep it open and ready for somebody else. And she gives, and for the first time that anybody's heard, she gives like a soft chuckle. I'm sure someone will need it.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, Miss Daniels. And they hang up. Marcus holds out a hand to Rhys and says, Marcus Payne, it's nice to meet you. Wish it could be under better circumstances.
Slow to take his hand, but does eventually. Thank you so much. You guys really saved me there.
No need.
He gives you a firm handshake and smiles.
Ophelia.
This is my partner and ghoul, Jade Martins.
Reaches
hello?
out my hand to yours, much gentler. Hello.
She like gingerly takes it and gives it a small shake and hi. Like Marcus said, I'm Jade. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Sylvia kind of chuckles from the corner and is usually bubbly and just says, Hi, Sylvia Fane. You don't know me. Nobody does.
Oh my.
And Sugar just kind of waves and says, Sugar Detour. I run the bakery on Bourbon Street.
Why do you think we're leaving? Why do you think we're leaving? Why do we think we're just waiting for our ride? Ophelia looks at Rhys and it's like, Ophelia.
Meet all of you. I don't have much I can offer as a thanks for saving me.
Ophelia holds a hand up and it's like, no need. You required assistance?
There are sirens in the distance as fire trucks start responding to the scene of the fire. It's at this point that Max pulls up in a large red truck and sort of like gives just like a beep beep.
Ophelia's like,
howdy, good to see you all again.
everyone pile in, quick.
Who's this?
We'll explain.
No time for that.
Yeah, I'll explain.
No time for that, so just get us out.
I'll explain on the road. I'll explain on the road. We have a couple stops to make before though. And she tosses the bodies in the back. And then gets into
You
the-
hear a grunt and a slight sob from the young woman that you captured, but Jacob has been sent basically into torpor at this point.
I punched the motherfucker so hard I knocked him into torpor. Jesus.
Yeah, he had one block of health left, like 1 point of health. That's it. And you threw a haymaker at him. All right, you all pile into the truck. You all pile into the truck. It's a lot roomier. One of you will have to sit on the floor, but I think Sylvia just sort of sits like on the floor in the space between the front and back seats, just sort of giggling and just sort of like looking at the window and just says, the moon is so pretty. I forgot how pretty the moon was. Isn't the moon just wonderful?
Max, try. Our first stop is the and she kind of sighs reluctantly. It's the tattoo shop.
Oh, Dragon's Den? Yeah, I gotcha.
Where?
He lures it.
And so Ophelia then
Looking out the window, observing everything he can, because it's the first time he's been outside.
Ophelia gives
Where
like
was Rhys before he was captured by the Thin Bloods?
I have him as like kind of like he had a place like maybe in the next couple towns over or something. He has to move every so often when someone figures out what he is, or especially hunters, obviously. But I would
give this
assume
to
he
you
was.
for free. I'll give this to you for free. Rhys, you kind of put the clues together. You see the Mississippi River, you see the lights. You remember Bourbon Street being mentioned. You're in New Orleans.
Oh my god. Are we in New Orleans?
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you weren't here before? You didn't live here before?
Oh no, I move around a lot. It's
Well,
I just have to.
well then welcome. As the reason I recommended the place is that it is on Bourbon Street. I own Bourbon Street. If you ever find yourself there, come visit. When we have more time, I'll show you around, get you acquainted with some of the people you'll come to meet, and you'll find safety there.
What about Cafe Du Monde? And he's automatically looking back outside, looking around.
Yeah, then Ophelia just kind of looks back at Jade, Rhys, Mark. He looks back at everyone and just like, before somebody asks, no, it's not the first time that I've drained a kindred.
So.
Yeah, that I was kind of shocked by what happened. I didn't know that you had a particular diet.
I don't, but
That was horrifying.
she lowers the one sleeve of her jacket and like lowers it so her shoulder is shown, and then the thick black veins on her shoulder leading towards her chest.
Ugh.
Spooky. So I'm guessing kindred don't normally eat kindred.
No.
If we drain another kindred, it is called diablerie. It is forbidden. We do gain power from it, but at a cost. The more we drain from kindred, the more our humanity slips away.
Yes. Ophelia, like, says
I remember the first time that it happened to me. My breath turned to ice. I just felt something inside of me just grow colder. It was the first time I drained a human, not a kindred, but I imagine it's the same process.
That's
It's very
spooky.
it's very different.
Marcus looks towards Jade and cups her cheek gently. Carita, please, no, I would never do that to you. I have control.
She shallowly nods and
Ophelia, again is just do, do not say just know this. One must control themselves, lest you end up like me. And she looks back, just use me as a learning experience. But also know, one mistake does not equate a monster.
Well said.
yeah.
And Ophelia is clearly thinking about something as they drive to the Dragon's Den.
All right. You arrive at the Dragon's Den.
She
The young woman sort of gasps and sort of like struggles slightly inside her sack. She's afraid and she wants to know what's going on, but she's very, very startled. And
Ophelia grabs the sack and walks in. She's like, Xander, I'm back.
Xander is waiting there with a cup of tea. It's a deep, rich, almost sort of creamy pink color. And he sort of smiles, but then frowns and said, "You didn't rough her up too much, did you?"
This one is actually practically untouched. And she
Well,
she
he sort of like gestures.
she like opens the bag and like kind of shakes the girl out of it.
She is very scared. She kind of just looks around, like trying to get her bearings, shielding her eyes from the light. Says, "Where am I?"
Ophelia looks to Xander and is like, do as you want with her, but no need to make this one suffer. She surrendered of her own accord, and the others suffered enough.
I see. Come here, my dear.
Ophelia just
You
takes
see,
the chains off, just
you see him sort of, uh, you see him sort of extend the cup towards uh towards um towards the young lady and just says, "Come here and drink. You're safe here." And you can see in her eyes she just sort of relaxes and she just walks up and she drinks from the cup. And then as if she's under a spell, she drinks it all and she just sort of lowers her hand before the cup falls to the floor, catches it, and just sort of smiles at you as we leave her away. But you will have a friend soon.
Ophelia just then she walks out. Then she as she's leaving, she like, puts a 20 in the tip jar. Just slips a 20 in the tip jar and heads out. Gets back in the car like, Doom. All right, now to Elysium.
All right.
What is this place? What just happened?
We'll talk about it later. I prefer not to talk about it right now because this guy's crazy. Go.
He's
Max steps on it.
an interesting character.
-1 trust on Ophelia.
-1 trust on Ophelia. Rhys will
You
remember
had-
this.
You head to the burnt out shell of the Nine Lives wine bar. All of the first responders have left. You see crime scene tape and barriers sort of surrounding the area. There is someone still wandering around. It's Leon. He hasn't left.
Ophelia steps out, gets the bag, and walks up to Leon. She has been avenged.
Good. The Chantry aren't here. They're headed out to Casimir's place. Nobody's here. I just decided to stick around because they didn't want anyone coming back. He
Ophelia,
sort of gestures. If you look inside, you can see that the door has been boarded up.
Ophelia gives a nod and then looks at Leon and just... Will you be alright?
I'll be fine. I don't even know what to do anymore. Well, don't worry about me. You just do what you need to.
Leon, Leon. I have killed people for less. I have murdered for less. If I'm going through the effort to check on you, it means that I'm going to worry about you. You do not have a choice in that.
Yeah. I'll pull through.
And she sets the bag down and kneels down to Leon and like takes his chin in her hand and has him like look her right in the eyes. Is like, do not force the grieving process. And she taps like roughly on his chest. You may be dead in here, but your soul is not dead. Emotions are what keep us connected to what little humanity we have left. To feel them is to realize that we still live in some ways. Allow yourself to feel, Leon. For if you don't, you'll be no better than the fools who burned this place to the ground. And at that, she picks up the bag and heads back to the truck.
He nods and just sort of lets you go. Max will drop off everyone sort of on the way. First, Sugar goes back to his bakery. Then Sylvia at a nicer looking apartment building. And then Jade and Marcus and Rhys at their apartment building. Let's start with nice. Let's start with the trio as they make their way back home to their apartments. Marcus, Jade, and Rhys.
Yep.
As we walk in, I walk to the front desk, and I'm like, "Hey, Oscar, get me the room key for room 302.
302, sir?
Shock.
Yeah, the empty room that we haven't paid out yet.
Yes, sir. Can I ask for what reason?
I'm helping out a friend. Don't worry about it."
Yes, sir. He grabs the keys and holds them out to you and drops them into your hands.
Thank you, Oscar. Expect a $20 bonus for tonight.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Of course, bud. And I walk over to Rhys. Here's your key. You're upstairs on the 3rd floor.
He holds out both hands to accept the key. Wow. Really?
Yep, the room is yours. Just vacated.
Thank you. I hope I'm not tracking too much dirt and stuff. Now he's feeling, embarrassed about, the blood and the such.
Don't worry about it. I have Rhea coming in tomorrow. She'll take care of it. Just go on, get some rest. 1 bedroom. Not a lot of space, but should be enough for you.
Wow. Thanks, brother. And he heads up.
Sleep well.
I will. Oscar, the night watchman, sort of like peers over the desk and just says, "Sir, are you all right? You, I could be wrong. I just noticed something on your jacket.
Yeah. Save
You still have a
someone from-
gaping gunshot wound in your shoulder.
It's just, save someone from getting kidnapped and took a bullet for them. Just still riding on the adrenaline.
Do you wish me to call emergency services, sir?
Oscar, you remember I told you about my dad and he was in World War II? I'm gonna take care of this. This is nothing I haven't seen before. Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Would the lady wish for anything?
I'm perfectly fine. We have everything we need.
Very well, ma'am. You two have a good rest of your nights. He sort of...
Oscar, one more thing. Grab
Yes,
yourself
sir?
something to eat. Grab yourself something to eat. Dinner, lunch, breakfast in the morning. Whatever you want. It's on me.
Absolutely, sir. I will, I will keep track of that.
And make a note for Rhea as well when she gets here.
Yes, sir. I will notify her and the other housekeeping staff.
Alright. You have a great night, man.
You as well, sir.
And I'll put my arm around Jade as we go back upstairs to our apartment.
Yep. And she leans into him and she kind of lets out a sigh, like, I am not built for combat. That was really rough. That was,
I am in a severe amount of pain. I am just.
Yeah, I bet that looks painful.
That adrenaline, it's a very powerful thing.
Do Kindred even have adrenaline anymore? Like,
They do not, but they can gain a temporary benefit from adrenaline in mortal blood.
That was an in-character Jade asking, Marcus.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Well, Kindred
He's kind of.
no body chemistry to speak of.
He was talking about when he tapped into his more bestial side during the fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of like a metaphor.
Yeah. God, that was crazy. Are you sure you're gonna be alright?
Yeah, once I get this out, it'll be fine.
Do you need help with that at all? Like,
If
I
you
imagine
rouse, you can mend 1 superficial damage per rouse check.
Ooh. Cool. I'll do that as we get into the apartment.
Alright, so I will make a rouse check for you.
Thank you so much, Moon.
You heal 1, but you get hungrier. You heal another, and you get hungrier. You're at 3. You are at 4 hunger by the time you heal. Jade, you can feel Marcus's grip tighten on your shoulder. You can see a glint of ivory at the corner of his mouth. He's shaking. You can see it in his eyes. He's hungry.
Babe? You alright there?
Healing takes a lot. I need a drink.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. You take a sip?
Are we in the apartment yet?
I will say that you are now.
Yeah, I'll take a little sip.
She offers her wrist.
Marcus, you bite into Jade's wrist, and Jade, you feel just a quick, sharp pinch of pain before that familiar euphoria takes over you. You sort of melt in his arms as he tenderly caresses your hands, and he drinks. How much do you take, Marcus?
Enough to get me down 1, and then I'll use what animal blood I have. The refrigerator's upstairs.
Alright, so you go down 1 hunger from drinking from Jade, and then you open the fridge, and you find an old sort of Ziploc bag. It's not the most pleasant looking thing, but it's the freshest looking one. You drain it. You pour it into a cup, and you drain it. And you are now at 2 hunger. So you feel markedly better, but you are still a bit peckish.
At least that's more satisfying than earlier.
Yep.
Jade, you're still sort of enthralled by the euphoria that comes with the bite. And you just sort of are, it's a nice sort of almost drunken haze.
She definitely has kind of like the drunk little smile smirk going on. Her eyes just tracing Marcus's face. She was in mortal danger tonight, but at least he's here with her. I think if he sits down anywhere, she'll sit down next to him to cuddle.
All right,
I think Marcus would tuck into bed at this point.
All right, you two settle into bed and sort of wrap each other up in your arms. Rhys, you get to your apartment and you fumble with the keys in the door, but you open it. It's fairly nice. There is a generic-looking sort of couch in the center with a TV on one wall. It's almost like a college dorm. There's a bathroom off to the right, and the kitchen and living area are connected, and a bathroom on the other side. It's very, very sparsely furnished.
Take some time to, the first thing he always does is check windows and doors, Make sure everything is locked.
Windows are locked. You're a good 3 stories up. There are blackout curtains covering the windows. And the door has it has a pretty hefty lock on it. Marcus, how well secured is your apartment building?
Oh, it is one of the most secured places in the entire coast.
It is. You have a very hefty lock on the front door.
Excellent.
Yes.
Rhys will take a moment to gather himself before washing. He knows at this point that he probably won't be able to do much healing except when he rests, since he doesn't believe he has access to blood at the moment. You know, he wasn't gonna ask for more.
I'll say that you have a few scratches and bruises that look particularly nasty, but you've sort of managed. But you still have a few bite marks in your arms. As you wash up, you wash away the scabs. It was clear that the Thin Bloods had been using you to feed, finding you particularly delicious, as they returned to you more often than they did Irene, only going to Irene when you had very little to give.
Damn. Gonna need a bunch of long sleeves, huh? So he takes a moment to finish cleaning up, and as much as he wants to continue rounding the apartment a few more times, just in his old habits of checking and double checking, patrolling almost, but at some point he finally sits himself on the sofa, not really worrying about the bedroom at this time, and decides, I think I need sleep now.
All right. You settle down onto the couch to rest. Ophelia, Max drives you to one of the older neighborhoods in New Orleans. Unfortunately, it's sort of the neighborhoods of the old rich and wealthy. He pulls up in front of one and sort of lets you get out and says, well, I'll be here. If you need a ride back into town, just come back out. I'll probably be in the garage.
She just gives like a nod. Yeah. She starts. She gets out. She gets in the bag, and she just starts walking. Just occasionally hearing the whispers of the old Camarilla, seeing herself in her old suit. Just like I thought I got away from this shit before.
Yes. So you walk up the steps. Do you knock on the door, or do you just head right in?
Knocks. Well, it's more of a fist knock. So boom, boom, boom.
The door opens, and you see I guess sort of a doorman open it up and sort of look up at you, and then just immediately cowers away and shuts the door. You hear a bit of a clatter as the door flies open again, and a very frantic-looking Casimir is standing in front of you. Seeing you with the bag, he kind of clears his throat, straightens his tie, flicks his pocket watch a couple of times. This is the only one left.
Ophelia is like, one other survived. I delivered them to a friend. They'll be of no trouble.
Well, Who did you deliver them to?
Xander.
The Simishi.
They wanted a new canvas.
I see. Well,
Ophelia is
cannot be
still
helped.
kind of messed up, but is like just walking it off.
He kind of like raises a brow at the chained up burlap sack. Open it.
Shall we do this inside first? I assure you he's quite... I assure you he's quite... And she kind of shows, like, her fist. She shows her hand and then clenches it. Does, like, a sort of mock backhand swing, letting, like, the air pressure just kind of crack as she does it. It's just, I assure you he's quite unconscious.
I see. Let us discuss this inside.
Please. And she looks back to Marcus and kind of does like a head gesture of
Max.
you can head. Sorry, Matt. She looks back to Max and does like a head gesture of you can head out. Like you're good.
He nods and he drives the truck away.
Ophelia,
Casimir opens up the door to you and lets you sort of make your way inside.
is the rest of the Camarilla here? Or no?
I would say that the Kindred who make up the general population of the Camarilla have all returned to their havens, but to see if anyone else is here, you'll have to make an investigation.
Nah, I was just trying to see like if she was like walking through people, where it was just like Casimir and his like people. That's it.
No, Casimir is the only one who leads you sort of into the mansion and sort of leads you on a very sort of set robotic path, very sharp left and right turns, leads you to a drawing room. And as you open the door, you see the prince, the seneschal, the primogen, and all of the harpies and hounds are there, sort of discussing amongst themselves in hushed tones before they all look at you. The seneschal stands up.
She locks eyes.
What news do you have?
And she kind of hefts the bag, locking eyes with like the hounds.
The hound's eyes glitter hungrily. I will also say, because I forgot to mention, Irene is also with you.
Oh yeah, Irene.
And
Ophelia's like carrying her, like doing like a toddler carry, like legs around the hips, carrying her slightly under her butt, sort of thing.
Irene seems a little bit more aware and seems embarrassed.
And she looks to the hounds and is like, one of you, come get her.
The hounds stay where they are. The seneschal runs over to Irene and lifts her out of your arms. Irene, her eyes start to well up with tears, human tears, and she kisses the seneschal and hugs him close and sobs.
Be careful with her. She's still a little drugged up. Give her a few days to recover, but otherwise she should be fine.
Elijah, I missed you so much. It was so scary. Hush, love. It's all right. You're safe now. And Elijah, the seneschal, looks to you and sort of bows his head and says, "You have done the Camarilla a great service."
And but before he can say anything else, she holds up her hand. I did not do this for the Camarilla. I did this as a favor for my territory, but killing them and capturing him, as she gestures to the sack, had nothing to do with the Camarilla. That, and as she says this, she starts to heavily, like sauna levels of steam, That was revenge for what they did to my friend.
Still, you have my gratitude.
And then she kind of like, as she gets past that, the steam kind of dissipates, and she walks over and like opens a window, like kind of cracks a window a bit. Apologies.
It's all right. Just uh, name a reward, and you shall have it.
First, and she's like, first, let's deal with him. She looks to Casimir. Where do you want him?
The basement. He snaps his fingers, and the hounds pounce upon the bag, and they start dragging it away. You can hear sort of like a muffled, you hear sort of like muffled, malicious giggles as they exit the room.
Ophelia kind of like, If you plan to have him talk about anything, I'd suggest relocating his jaw.
Hmm.
You know what the crazy part about it is? I held
Casimir
back.
raises. He raises an eyebrow. If he could sweat, a drop of sweat would run down his neck.
I had to hold back in order to knock him unconscious.
I see.
Now, and she looks to the prince for this. I heard there was mention of a reward. Does that come through you or through them?
Aye, it does.
And she's like, very well then. She taps her chin. May I speak to you in private then?
Casimir shares a look with the prince. The prince stays his hand and then lifts and gestures for you to follow.
And she follows.
You go into a little side room, and he sort of folds his hands behind his back, waits for the doors to close, and then turns to face you. You know, I don't normally do one-on-one negotiations.
I know. However, after tonight, even after eating a heart, I'm not sure if my beast could stand another one of Casimir's ramblings.
I see. I was getting tired of listening to him go on and on.
We worked as fast as we could. We even left a reasonable excuse for the deaths and disappearances.
Very well. The rest of us will make sure that nothing falls through the cracks.
As for my reward, there was another there.
Another? What do you mean, another?
There was a kindred that the Thin Bloods were drinking from.
Another kindred. I see. Why is this of importance?
Ophelia holds up 3 fingers, places 2 of them on her eyes and then 1 on her forehead. Her middle finger on her forehead, ring and index finger on her eyes.
He sort of takes a moment to process, then his own eyes go wide. No. A salubri. Here.
My ask of reward is sanctuary for them on Bourbon Street.
He seems very taken aback. this is a rare moment indeed. A known salubri. This will this will be difficult to hide, for there are many Tremere who would want them
I'm aware.
to use them. Are you willing to protect this individual?
Ophelia kind of gives like an almost insulted quirk of her eyebrow to the prince.
Right, stupid question.
I just killed
I
several people for the sake of rescuing one girl. You tell me.
well, I see no reason to deny your request. I would assume that you would go for something a bit more conventional,
As you
but
sorry.
I shall grant this on top of whatever Elijah should wish to give.
She gives a nod and as you know, I strive to live my life in a more simple manner. I don't desire a lot of the things that most people do, especially not after
And
my past. I'd prefer.
and what of your coterie?
They know. They're aware.
Is there anything that they wish?
You will have to speak to them of that. I'm merely here. I'm merely here as the You could say that I'm merely here as the quote unquote leader of things.
I see.
Unofficial.
Very well. You shall have your request. Should the others wish for anything, they need only request from any one of us. Contact the Harpies or perhaps the Hounds.
I always have at
We
least
shall be in touch.
I always have at least one hound in my bar. They like to frequent. But we should probably get back to Isaiah. I can practically smell.
Elijah.
Sorry, should probably get back to Elijah. I can practically hear him thinking of various things to give me. And to be perfectly honest, I'd prefer to get it over with. I've had a
Very well.
long night, and I've satiated my bloodlust. And tomorrow, I will have to speak to a friend about some traumas they've had during this battle.
Very well. Let's rejoin them.
Oh,
You head back out into the sort of main drawing room, and you see Elijah sort of comforting Irene, who is still sort of sobbing and showing him all the evidence on her arms. It was terrible. They kept on feeding me something that, it was horrible. I didn't know if it was alcohol or drugs or something, but it just, I don't remember anything. It tasted horrible. It tasted like cough syrup, and it it burned so bad. It was horrible. I know, love. I know. Please, just just rest for now. But there was someone else there who seemed to visit. There's I don't remember. I only remember hearing his name. What was it? Not Kevin, not Kyle? Kyle? I think it was Kyle. He I can't remember. It seems like he was looking for something while the others were out, and they didn't find. He found what he was looking for. He made off with like a whole crate of something, and they were real angry when that happened. But other than that, I don't remember anything. No, no, I do. They they took me somewhere. It's at this point that Ophelia and the prince, you walk back into the room.
Just evening.
Ah, Miss Daniels, I cannot thank you enough for delivering Irene safely back to me.
And she holds up a hand and is, do not, you have no need to thank me. I did what I could to assist.
Thank you for saving me.
She gives a,
Irene kind of like stands up and like bows her head.
raise your head, child. You have no need to bow to me. I am neither king nor god. I am merely a worker.
She sort of looks up and smiles and wipes her tears away. Thank you. I was kind of just going over what I remember, and
Before she can explain, Ophelia will hold up a hand. Rest. Then once you are fully recovered, we can speak.
Okay. Thank you.
And she pulls out she writes something down real quick and what's the Isaiah? No.
Elijah.
I'm never gonna get that. She tears something off and hands it to Elijah. Like a piece of something written on a piece of paper and hands it to Elijah.
Yeah, I'll say that there's like a memo pad that you like write on and hands it.
She hands it to Elijah.
He looks at the paper, sort of confused, and takes it.
It's like chamomile, peppermint, ginger, sage, rosemary. Mix that into a tea. Have her drink it every night. My mother used to give it to me when I was younger. Would help soothe aches and pains and assist with rest.
I see. I'll have someone make a cup right away.
Am I needed for anything else?
No, you may leave if you wish, if you need a haven for the night. It is free to you.
How much time does she have?
Casimir looks very insulted when the seneschal offers up his home to Ophelia.
Ophelia holds
I
up.
would say that there's an hour or two before sunrise.
Okay, I've got plenty of time. Ophelia holds up her hand and just, no need. I have a haven that is not far. Plus, no offense to Casimir, but the decor, in my opinion, is a bit atrocious for my tastes.
You can see Casimir just sort of bristle and then just sort of leave the room. Just sort of muttering under his breath about making sure you don't touch anything.
Ophelia will then look to everyone else, and she'll kind of nod her head a bit. I hope what I did was of to satisfaction.
Very much so, Miss Daniels.
Ophelia, please.
Ophelia. Have a pleasant rest of your night.
And you as well. And she turns and she leaves. Once she's outside, she lights a lights a cigarette and just kind of slowly walks, sort of slowly walks and speaks as if she's talking to someone like, you see, I ended up nothing like you.
Ophelia, you get a text message.
She checks it real quick.
It's from an unknown number.
She quirks an eye and reads the message.
Great show tonight. I want to talk to you about a possible job. Look for the hole in the wall. I'll be waiting.
Ophelia
B.
Just texts back, I'm not a big fan of glory holes. Send.
There's a moment and says, before there's a response. I like your fire, kid. Bring the family. Signed, B.
Ophelia puts her phone back in her pocket and she just she tosses the cigarette and she makes a long distance call to Europe.
Who are you calling?
Her friend in Europe. She just on the phone, just hello. Before you say anything,
Buongiorno.
I hate to admit it, but you're right. With my particular set of skills, it seems like people continuously are going to make use of them, no matter how hard I try.
Ophelia, it's been ages.
How are you?
Tired.
Been running a lot? Or have you been...
Mm-hmm.
I keep telling you, hacking, it doesn't pay the bills.
I know. I try. But why are you messaging me?
And she kind of glances off to her side and she's like, I believe that since some parts of my humanity still exist, I believe that sort of PTSD is back, and so I'm seeing him again.
Oh, you're seeing Marco.
Yes.
Don't pay attention to ghosts, Ophelia.
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard when the ghosts almost end up inside of me.
Well, I'm about to go to bed, so I would love to talk more, but I have had a long night.
Yes. I keep telling you. I keep telling you, we have that fund set up for you. Just find a place. We're already Anarch. Why don't you leave Europe? You always wanted to go to Russia.
I like it here.
Fair enough. Rest well.
You too.
And she hangs up before sighing and just like, would you stop? She's been walking this entire time, so she's not just like standing and talking. She has been making her way. She has enough time to get back, so she's kind of going at a leisurely pace. She's
all right.
Would you stop staring at me, please?
Who is she talking to?
The quote unquote ghost. Her PTSD envisioning of Marco.
There's nothing there. Give me a remorse check. Oh wait, no.
No.
I was.
Oh, you said give me a remorse check, and then you said no right after I clicked it.
Oh no, you. I forgot you.
I did
to
have a
had one thing.
yeah, I have a stain. So
You feel yourself sort of sigh. You feel bad. That kid didn't need to die, but you fulfilled your duty, and there's nothing more that you can do about that except live with the burden that you have shouldered so many times.
and she and she just simply takes out her journal, opens it towards the middle, and adds another tally mark to a long list of tally marks in this small notebook. Closes it and she's ain't no rest for the wicked as she walks home.
And I think that is where we end our story tonight.
Let me end recording